What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? What is poppin'? 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 What is going on? How you doing? How you looking? How you living? How you feeling out there on YouTube? It's Saturday night, but it's another NFL Sunday morning rundown with the gang and I. How y'all doing, fellas? Spence making his debut on the building. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? We had another tough loss just like you guys, so.
I know, man.
Who's we? The people don't know who you root for.
Oh.
Yeah, you see the Duval.
Behind me.
the
the sad wires.
Yeah. Ace, how you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm living good, man. Life is good, man. I wish I had me a Max Coverage hat to match you guys, man. If you haven't gotten some, go to the Max Coverage store and go purchase your own. But I'm doing good, man. You know, I feel like dancing tonight, you know what I'm saying? Because I got my little pick right, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, yeah, shout out to the homie French, you know what I'm saying, who probably won't be in the building. But what's up, my guy?
Oh, Pedro's here. Hold on. Let me bring Pedro in. There he is.
What's up, y'all?
Pedro, back at it.
Back at it, baby. Been a couple of weeks, but I'm back.
Knipe, how you feeling, bro?
Oh man, it's another beautiful night, and man, I'm just honestly, I'm looking forward to breakfast tomorrow. That's that food sounds amazing when you were describing. I was like, dude, let's get this buffet rolling.
Hell yeah, bro. We're gonna be eating good tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a feast tomorrow. Let's get the pre-live crew before we get anything started. We got Mr. Choa, Spence, Dr. Van, Jacob. Learn and laugh with Damien and the Meech Man in the building. What is good? Those are the elite members of the pre-live crew before we get anything started. And first things first, you already know what time it is, y'all. It's time to make fun of ourselves. Well, the Ace, Knipe, and I. It's time to make fun of our bad picks of the week. Oh my God, man. Just boo us. You know what I'm saying? We're not scared to make fun of ourselves. But here is the worst picks of the week from week 3, everybody.
Broncos, and guys, I wish I had some rational thinking to put behind this thought, but football is weird. That's all I'm going to say. And the top teams will be brought back down to earth some form or fashion some week. I'm going to guess this week for the Dolphins just because of what they're 2-0 now. And let's just say I think a miracle is going to happen today for the Broncos, and I think they pull it off somehow.
Stay off the damn weed.
So hold on, everybody. We have the first upset of the week alert. Upset of the week alert.
I think this is going to be the time where the Jets start to make a little different shift in the momentum here.
It never happened. It never happened.
I think they're gonna try and hide Zach Wilson as best they can today through Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall is going to score at least once today. Potentially 2 times. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets defense at home. Come on, Robert Saleh.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Speaking of rough ones, oh, Jesus. The Houston Texans are heading into Duval. I got the Jaguars winning by 10. The spread is 7.5. They're at home. They haven't beat the Texans at home in 5 years, by the way. They lost last year to the Texans at home. Win. Go out there and win.
Yeah, I just can't. There's so many injuries on both sides of the ball for the Texans right now. Their O-line's decimated. Their defense is decimated. And so even though it should still be a dogfight, give me the Jaguars. I don't know if they'll cover, though. I think the Texans could garbage time themselves back into it looked like a game type of score. But the Jaguars should get over that hump of beating the Texans at home.
Yeah, I think this should be a easy bounce back game for the Jaguars. They need it. You know what I'm saying? They definitely need it. Can't just continue to beat up on the South, but I think in this case they will. They'll go 2-1. So I think this is one of those easier picks in my opinion.
Watch what happens as number 47 stepped right in front. Excuse me, it's not a squib kick. It's a pop-up kick, and Andrew Beck, the fullback,
No effort.
Back up.
Now you just rubbing it in, Max. You got 2 Jaguars fans in here. Come on, bro.
And he goes the distance. Are you kidding me? I don't remember the last time I've ever seen a fullback who's one of the up.
I saw that live.
This game is one of those, who cares? Anthony Richardson is out. He's not playing. They got Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania running wild again, huh? Not in Baltimore, I'll tell you that much. B. Moore is going to beat the crap out of them.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Colts, they don't stand a chance. I got the Ravens winning by like 2 touchdowns here.
No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up.
I'm sorry, Colts. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't stand a chance against Baltimore. They look like the real deal this year.
I think the Ravens are going to handle the Colts. I think the Ravens defense is definitely solid enough to handle Gardner Minshew. Yeah, let me get the Ravens by 10. I don't think it'll be even a 1-score game. So Ravens should just win convincingly. I don't think the Colts have a real chance at all.
Yeah, I'm going with the same. I don't think the Colts just have enough to get it done, even if they were completely healthy, because they're kind of in rebuild mode, and the Ravens are kind of ready to win now. So I think this should be a fairly easy. This is one of those easy games. This should be one of them.
It's Andy Dalton time, baby. The Red Rifle. I got the Panthers upsetting the Seahawks. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. Upset of the week.
Stay off the damn weed.
Max
Upset of the week.
Max is rooting for his cousin on this one.
Yeah, that's what
Hell
it is.
yeah. It's Red Rifle time, baby.
Hey, yo, what the
Andy Dalton. He has the weapons to get things going. I got Carolina just upsetting the world today.
Hep hep. Oh. Hep hep. Oh. Hep hep. Oh. Hep hep.
Boo! You stink!
Here's another stinky poo-poo game. The Cowboys. Dude, the Cowboys had the easiest schedule in the world, it seems like. Do we even need to talk about this game? The Cardinals don't want to win. They should forfeit, like you said with the Bears. I got the Cowboys winning by a lot. I think this might be one of those 40-3 games like we've seen the Cowboys already put up.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the last 4 or 5 games that we've gone over on the slate have been super easy to pick. There's another one, Cowboys by a country mile.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I'm not even gonna let's just not go into it that deep. But everyone knows this is obvious. Cowboys.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Look,
come on, get out of
here we go with my upset pick of the week.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready?
Wow.
I told you guys from the jump. There are 2 teams I root for: the New York Giants and whoever plays the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell you, let's go with the Cardinals, man. I'm my upset pick of the week, man. Let's go. Let me go ahead and gain more ground to pick them. Look, the Cardinals showed me something in the first half. They were like, yo, we have what it takes to win. The Cowboys are going to be demoralized by, Diggs going down. Michael Parsons is going to get, shut down today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Cardinals by a narrow victory. I'm going to give them 3 points.
But that being said, this is another one of those games where I don't know, and I'm going to err on the side of a home team when I don't know which side I want to go on for the pick. So give me the Raiders, and ultimately I also chose that because Jimmy is a winner in prime time. At least he's been there. He's done it. Kenny is still a raw quarterback, in my opinion. He's not good. I think Kenny Pickett is absolute garbage. I just do, dude. He doesn't look good, man. He just doesn't look good. And I mean, they could definitely win the game, but I just think with Jimmy being more familiar with primetime's a different animal. You know what I mean? Like, players definitely perform differently in primetime, and you have Devontae Adams and Jimmy Garoppolo. And I feel like between those two and Josh Jacobs, like they're all comfortable enough in that scenario, in that situation, to where that they're gonna eke out the win. I don't think it'll be convincing. I think it'll be an ugly game. I think it'll be very low scoring. But I'm going to take the Raiders probably like 20-17 or something like that.
So because you high, goodbye.
Oh, man. Shout out to the ace, bro. Shout out to the ace.
Yes, sir. No.
We all laugh
Shout
at
outs to those Cowboys. How about those Cowboys?
Oh.
How about that? Fuck them.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with a 199. Chia Ace. What's up, man?
My
There you go.
guy.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, shout out to everyone in the building. Let's get the pick'ems up. So here's the updated standings. Ace killed it last week. 10-5 on him, man. 19-11. Max, another disappointing. Me, I lost again. What are you doing, bro?
I mean, I'm still on the right side of, I still got my win. I'm still 25-20. We're good. I'll be all right.
Pedro's MIA the last 2 weeks, burning up in the sun. But he is 10-5 from week 1. And then French, And he's been gone for a while. I don't know where he's been.
Or he won't be back anytime soon.
He is 7-10 on the season. Now Spence can get on the board. All right, y'all. We have to kick it off. Thursday night football. Really nothing to talk about. We can just move on, actually.
No,
yeah.
Can we know?
I want to know how you feel about that game.
We'll talk about it for a second here.
Give me your level of your honest level of concern. Like, do you think that's only the offensive line for the Packers, or do you feel that Love is maybe just not like he's just not that upper echelon? Like, he's good enough to get by type of quarterback, but maybe he's just not going to bring you to the playoffs and win a playoff game for you. He'll be like a continual like Dak Prescott type. What do you think?
I think it's the offensive line, bro. Like, it was terrible, man. It was terrible. They had a clip I saw, and they rushed 4 with 8-man protection, and we got a 3-second sack. Like, the offensive line stunk. I'm not putting it all on the offensive line. We'd have no run game whatsoever. Aaron Jones only 2 carries at halftime. What the hell, man? Just leave him off the game. 5 carries.
Yeah, I also feel like even though he's come back from the injury, like, I feel like he was way underutilized in the passing game, man. Like, I think he had a handful of targets. Like, if you're going to use Aaron Jones sparingly, give me all the targets and, like, none of the rush attempts. Like, let someone else fall, like, targets for him.
Yeah. I mean, I could agree. The thing is, I mean, calling that game as well, and keeping an ear on Max's chat just to make sure he was okay, because I got to check on my good buddy over there. I'm going to tell you this. I don't think it's so much what the Packers didn't do, but what the Lions did do. The Lions are a good team, man, and I think, Dan Campbell's got them heading in the right direction, and this rebuild that they're doing is off to a good start, and they're only going to get better after the Jameson Williams news that just dropped that he'll be back because the rule changes. So they're adding another dynamic weapon over the top. And I think this team is going to make the playoffs, and I think they're going to be a hard out. So like I said, I'm not going to put this on the Packers. It was a tough night for Jordan Love. Couple tip passes that turned into pick six. It's not pick six, it just turned into picks, stuff like that. You could have got Aaron Jones more involved. But like I said, I just think this is more about the Lions, and I think that they're a good team, and they have a nice little early stranglehold in that division so far.
Yeah, man. I mean, we let David Montgomery kill us.
Oh yeah,
3
you
touchdowns.
had him in fantasy, you won.
Oh, Ivani did. He was laughing.
David Montgomery, he got the 3 touchdowns. I mean, obviously that's amazing, but like, the yards per carry still were not like nothing special. Like, he's still like David Montgomery is just a plotter. Like, he's 4 yards per carry, 4 yards per carry, 4 yards per carry. Like, he's nothing like that crazy. But he did get, like, he can punch in the end zone. So obviously his day looks a lot better than he looked on the ground to me. Yeah,
we still gave up 211 yards though on the freaking ground. Joe Barry needs to be fired. He needs to be canned. Get out of Wisconsin. And one thing that irked my nerves, the Lions fans took over Lambeau Field. They took over Lambeau Field. It was like Ford Field out there, man. Shame on them.
No more
shame on them.
Yeah, 29 yards total from both of your running backs. Like, that just can't happen for Green Bay. I understand they got behind early by a lot, but if they're going to want to win any games, especially with Jordan Love just now coming into his own as a quarterback, like just now starting to play, like, they got to run the ball more. They got to be more successful on the ground. They have to. They can't just give those guys 10 carries, like, total between the two of them. Like, that's not a recipe for success.
Katie.
Katie's in the house. What's up, Miss Katie? Hey, Pedro,
hey, let's talk about your boy though. Let's talk about your boy AJ Dillon.
Oh, he's canned. He sucks. He's terrible, man. Like, I'm sorry, bro. I can't defend this guy anymore, bro. He just can't rush. He can't get a yard. It's sad, man.
He's Trent Richardson-esque.
Yeah,
with
he
his
really
vision.
is.
It's pretty bad. I noticed that during a game.
Last thing before we move on, I just want to say Quay Walker is that dude, but man, he made the most boneheaded mistake in the whole game, bro. 19 tackles. This guy's a freaking stud, bro. I'm telling you, he's a stud, man. But he made a dumb mistake late in the game. He tried to jump over and block the field goal. Didn't happen, and we all saw what happened. Packers lose 34-20. So my week's already starting off on a sour note, man.
Hold on. There is one more thing I wanted to say too. I'm trying to look at his numbers just to make sure. Laporte, man, had a
Laporta?
quiet good game. Laporta had a quiet good game. I mean, only 50 yards, but it seemed like they were big, only 4 catches, but they came at big times. You know what I'm saying? And for a guy like Golf, you know, he showed up and he had himself a decent game.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to them, bro. They did their thing. Hutchinson, that dude's a flat out monster, man. He was killing it, bro. And I know the Jags fans are upset about that. I'm sorry, y'all, but man, what a miss.
Hey,
What a
man,
miss.
if we could have drafted him, we would have. You know, I know I would have,
Yeah.
but I'm not the GM, so.
Yeah, Robert said
I'm used to missing. I'm used to missing on linemen. So it's nothing new to me. You know, the OGs know about Derek Harvey, Quentin Groves, all those dudes we missed on over the years. Taylor Bryant. Yeah, you know, we're used to it.
yeah, I'm sorry, man. But, you know, that was the pass, and here we go. It's time for week 4, baby. Yeah, they did a Lambeau leap, and somebody poured beer all over over Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shame on them.
Yeah,
by the way.
Don't you think
classic.
that's kind of played out by now from the opposing team already? Like, how many times do we see that like every week where they're like, okay, I'm gonna do this too? Like, it's kind of getting played out.
Yeah, and that's just the disrespect that we get. But hey, we deserve it. We stunk. Let's move on. Tomorrow, Sunday, game day. We're doing the show tonight because of this game right here. Falcons and Jaguars in London over the pond, where the Jaguars play really good, actually. Really good. So we have 2 Jaguar fans on the panel. So I'll let Spence go first, and then we'll flip over to Pedro, and then we'll get the rest of the guys' picks after the Jags guys pick them.
Well, first and foremost, I'll just get the pick out of the way. I'm going to go with a homer pick here. I'm going to pick the Jags to win. Let's see. It's a 3-point spread. I mean, that's almost like a pick 'em there. It's a field goal. So, sure, I guess they'll cover that. Probably win by a touchdown, but they have to win is what I'm saying. Like, you talk about most must-win games, and you shouldn't be talking about must-win games, you know, week 4 in the NFL. But they have been off kilter on offense so bad at the beginning of the season. Everyone who had any kind of hope for what the offense was going to be is scratching their heads right now. They don't understand. I don't understand how they're not getting better and why they're not getting better. You know, maybe it has something to do with the offensive line, but I mean, they got to right the ship, and they got to right the ship against a team that is looking better than most people thought. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that they have the depth and talent that Jacksonville does. They just got to figure it out, man. They're a team that doesn't look like they're getting beat every week. They're a team that looks like they're beating themselves every week. And that's hopeful as a fan that you're like, okay, maybe if they just figure a few things out, they'll get back on track. But, you know, they got to figure it out. That's as simple as that, you know. Jags have no fans. But yeah, man, that's really all I got to say about that. Hopefully they can keep the run defense going strong, because they haven't allowed more than I think they're averaging about 110 maybe rushing yards per game. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they're keeping them under. So if they can keep the run game down, I think they have a really good success in this game. Desmond Ridder, he's not that guy. So, you know, hopefully that's not clipped for next week.
All right, Pedro.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to say anything, just because, you know, if I was on this show last week, I would have said, "Oh, we're gonna just demolish CJ Stroud," and you saw what he did. Him and Tank Dell, just, you know. But going into this game, I think the key to beating the Falcons is just stopping the run. Bijan and Tyler Algier are like 2 dynamic backs that they have. They're very young, so you know you can give those guys the ball a lot, and they'll get those yards. They also have a pretty good defense. The Falcons, they're giving up only like 18 points a game to the other teams. Now they only played what was it, the Packers? Sorry, Max. The Packers and the Panthers. So not 2 like great teams.
Oh, shit.
But sorry, buddy. But I think the key is stopping the run and just jumping out to the lead early and playing to our potential. I feel like Trevor, I don't know if it's by game plan or whatever, he force feeds the ball to Ridley a lot, back when, last season we would get all the guys involved, like Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, like Zay Jones was out this week, but we still got those 2 really good targets. And, I think if he spreads the ball out the way he's supposed to and doesn't force it to one guy, which I think AJ Terrell is going to be on Calvin Ridley anyway, just stay away from that matchup and take what the defense gives you. I feel like Trevor needs to calm down, get back to that game. We run the ball as well. We run it really well. I think if we get back to those things, we can win this game. So I'm going to go with the Jaguars. I think they're going to, get together like they did last season and go on a run here. Our back's against the wall a lot earlier than it was last season because of the expectations, and I think we're going to answer the call. And it starts with this game.
All right. And one more thing on that. The receivers just got to catch the freaking ball. They're not doing anybody any favors with the Butterfingers right now. Not at all.
Yeah.
I will say this. It's a revenge game for Calvin Ridley. So, this team threw him away like a bag of trash because he wanted to gamble on them to win. He had their back, and they sent him packing for it. So this is revenge game-esque. Him and AJ Terrell know each other very well. Calvin Ridley, I'm talking about. But this is a make or break game, like you all both just said. Jaguars can't afford to lose this game because I'm looking past this week. They have the Bills right after this. Tough game. You can't go into that game 1-3 because then that's when the panic button could be pushed. The Falcons, they didn't really show out last week. They kind of shocked me how bad their run game was, actually. The Lions' defense contained them, and the Jaguars need to do the same thing. No Devin Lloyd in this game. Zay Jones is out. Devon Hamilton's out once again. Falcons, man, I'm just not really sold on them all the way. And I told y'all last week, on the recap show, I think it's a little bit of a ludicrous that everybody's panicking on the Jaguars. I do think the Jaguars will win this game. They play really well in London. And like I said, the back's against the wall. I think they need to come out and prove that they can, turn this thing around. And I think they will. I think the Jaguars win by like 6.
Go ahead, Knight.
All right. Well, let's see here. My Jaguars, man, y'all disappointed me last week so much. I really thought you guys were going to get past this. And actually, can you guys, my 2 fans in here, can we figure this out real quick? I saw an article, I think. I just didn't click onto it because I was doing something. Is Doug Peterson taking over play calling now?
No.
It's still Press Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I just what I saw was BS then. All right, well, I'm still going to take the Jaguars just because I believe Trevor Lawrence is much better than Ritter, and at the end of the day, I think talent is huge, and there's far more of it to me on the Jackson side of things, or Jacksonville side of things, and yeah, I think that they're going to give me at least a touchdown victory. I think that they're going to make a statement because I feel like their culture has changed with Doug Peterson, and they're going to start that that trend of winning. And Trevor's, I don't think his numbers have been terrible. I think like the guy said, their receivers have been falling short. So time to correct that and time to be professional. So let's get a good W by 10 at least.
Yeah, this is really a toss up for me at the end of the day. Like, it's early. I won't be watching. I'll be sleeping. I'll probably get up at the tail end of it. I could see this really going either way. But I do think it's more of a must-win for the Jaguars, all things considered. But this is kind of like your usual trap game where, like Max said, you might be looking forward to the Bills next week, and you might fuck around and lose this game in London because you're not really going to have the home field advantage at the end of the day. But I'm going to go with the Jaguars as well, you know what I'm saying? Because like Knipe said, I do think talent will prevail at the end of the day. But I think this is going to be an ugly game. I really do. I could see this as a little bit of a low scoring type deal, and the Jaguars will come away with it.
Ooh, so a clean sweep.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, so they're gonna lose. And, hey, I won't fall down in the standings if they lose. So.
Yep.
I don't like a clean sweep. That's too. Y'all have way too much confidence in this team.
All right, so chalk it up. Falcons blowout.
I'm back on the the thought of like the Jags are who they are until they prove me otherwise. Like they're always going to be that team that just underperforms all the time until they prove me otherwise. So I'm glad y'all have a lot of faith in them. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. I could definitely see them getting beat by Atlanta. I could.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. I mean, we'll wake up bright and early for it. All right.
If I see us getting stomped in Toy Story Vision or whatever the fuck, I am just going to kill myself like right after the game.
The
call. This might be my last week on the show.
The call is going to come out for Trevor Lawrence. That's what it's going to be.
At least I'll be like 10 mimosas deep by then.
Yeah. Let's head to the 1 o'clock games. We're going to start off on a big one, man. Dolphins on the road taking on their AFC East rival, the Bills. This is game of the week for me, boys. Game of the week. I mean, it's basically two heavyweights going head to head. No Jordan Poyer for the Bills. Damar Hamlin's making his in-game return in this game, which is awesome news for him. But damn, man, the Dolphins are just so damn good. How do you bet against them right now? That offense just scored 70 points, you know? But guess what? I am going against the grain. I'm taking the Bills at home, holding down home field. I think the Dolphins are one of the Super Bowl contending teams, but I think the Bills are going to smack them down to earth a little bit. It's going to be a close game. Right now, the spread is 2.5. Favorite on the Bills side. The over-under is 53.5, so they want high scoring. Ooh, I do too. I got the Bills beating the undefeated Dolphins this week. Book it.
What's the report on Waddle?
Waddle is in. He's in.
Playing. Yep.
All right. Well, I got the Dolphins. If this was later in the season when it gets cold, they're playing them at the right time. If, like I said, if this was November, December, and it starts getting cold, I would flip that pick. But I think the Dolphins are legit. I think they will, even though points won't roll over from last week to this week, but I do think they are going to put up some numbers against this Buffalo Bills team, and yeah, they're going to establish their dominance in the AFC North. So I'm definitely taking the Dolphins with this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins as well. They scored 70 points and Waddle didn't even play. He's back this week. Tyreek Hill, all but New England makes him matchup proof. And the only hope that the Bills had of stopping somebody like Hill was the bracket coverage on him. And Poyer would have been that guy. He's not there. I don't know if Damar Hamlin's got the same skill set that Poyer does. There's a reason why one's a starter, one's not. They're going to have way too much firepower for him. I could see the Bills moving the ball. You know, I could see it being a high-scoring game. It says the over-under is 53.5. I mean, I could see it going over that easily. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that they have enough to keep up with the Dolphins right now. So I'm going to take them. Too much speed on that side of the ball. Just way too much speed.
You're right, Pedro.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Dolphins too. I think the boy wonder, Mike McDaniel, I think they figured it out. You know, you saw flashes of this offense last season and the things that they could do. And I think going to this season, the team grew a lot and got even stronger with adding, you know, the rookie running back. Is it Ashan? How does he want his name said now?
Achan.
Yeah, they added him. They added Cam Smith in the first. They just got better over the offseason and they flipped that switch, I think. And I see them losing a game or two down the line, but I think this is where they just go on this run that they just look unbeatable. And I think later in the season they'll kind of drop off a little bit, but right now it's all going up for me for the Dolphins. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
All right. I'm going to go with Max on this one. I'm going to take the Bills. I mean, let's see. Reason why. Man, this one's hard to call. Like, I really wish this was a primetime game. But yeah, I feel like Josh Allen can definitely pull this off because of his start to the year. He's like one of those guys who I feel like once he's backed into a corner, once he feels like he's the underdog, he performs like a top dog. And I think Josh Allen can get it done because, I mean, Tua on the road in Buffalo, yes, it's going to be nice weather, but it's always more difficult to not play in your home stadium. And I think that the Buffalo fan base is more than loud enough in there to at least disrupt enough to get the Bills a W in some form or fashion. But yeah, I think that they're going to eke it out. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. So
Yeah, definitely gonna be fun, man. Definitely gonna be fun.
Unlike this next one.
Yeah, I was just about to say this. Sorry, Dr. Van's in the building. He's a Bronco fan, man. He puts on for his Broncos. But man, oh man, this is stinky poopy. This is what this is.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Game of the sleep. Oh my gosh. Two organizations that are just looking for answers, going downhill, just can't get anything going. I mean, what in the hell is going on with these two teams? This is the toilet bowl. Who's going to be the number one pick next year? Broncos on the road to Soldier Field in Chicago. Broncos are favorite, 3.5. Over-under is 46.5. And like Dr. Van is saying in the chat, the Broncos have lost 6 road games in a row, 11 if you don't include the Jaguars game in London. Last time they won against a team in their own stadium was against the Cowboys in Dallas, November 2021. My God. Jesus. Well, that stat doesn't help this pick at all. I don't know where to go. The Bears have proved me wrong twice already this year. And I told you I couldn't do it again. But so have the Broncos. So let's flip a coin. I'm going with the Broncos here. It's not, I don't know. I'm not confident in it. But I believe Russell Wilson over Justin Fields at this moment of his career. I mean, that's all. That's what I'm going off of. I'm seeing if Russell can cook against these trash 0-3 Chicago Bears. I got the Broncos winning. I think this is a 3-point game, so I don't want to bet on the spread, but there it is.
Yeah, this is the toilet bowl. The Broncos, they got blown out last week. I just want to know, are ties are still a thing in the NFL, right? There's still ties. Someone always ties every year. I'm going to call this one a tie.
Wow.
This is going to be my hot take. I think this is going to be one of those super low-scoring games where nothing really looks good for either team, and they're going to end up having like 13-13 as a tie. It's just going to be pitiful. No one's going to want to watch it. Really, that's all I can say about that. Both teams are having so many struggles on offense that I can't imagine either team really getting ahead of the other one, and it's just going to be a mid-off. I mean, it's just a mid-off. That's all I can really say about it. I hope they both lose, which is a tie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, yo.
regardless of the outcome, this shouldn't make the clip next week because it's just two terrible teams playing each other. You got the Broncos, who just seem lost as hell, no direction at all. Then you got the Bears, who got embarrassed in front of the Swifties. It's like, who's gonna rebound first? And it's just like somebody's got to win. I mean, I was gonna say tie before Spence said it, but I swear I was gonna say tie before Spence said it, but no, I'm gonna go with. It's really hard. I'm gonna go with the Broncos, man. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. Pause. Go with the Broncos to ride out of Chicago with a victory.
I am so excited for this game. I love when shitty teams play because it's always just like such a funny, whimsical time. There's always like a silly play, like a butt fumble type of deal. And I feel like we're gonna have a lot of comedy. So I'm gonna be tuned in. I will be watching this toilet bowl. And you remember week 1, Max, when you picked the Bears against your Packers?
Yeah.
Why? They're the Bears. They're
right.
dog shit until they're not dog shit. And guess what? They're dog shit. The wheels have fallen off. The wagon's off the rails, whatever you want to say. This team has fallen apart. They're bottoming out. I'm going with the Broncos. I think the Broncos win by 2 scores here. But even if I'm wrong, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a silly game. This is my silly game of the week.
Silly game of the week.
And this one's not on Disney Plus.
No.
This should be in Toy Story Vision. That's right.
All righty, boys. Well, shit. I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. Give me Justin Fields for 200 motherfucking rushing yards and 2 tutties, and I don't know how the fuck they're gonna pull it off. But DJ Moore's gonna go crazy. Give me the Bears for a W. I'm getting hyped because I want it to be on the clip. I don't give a fuck. And yeah, let's go Bears by 14. They're gonna.
Oh my god.
Fields
This is gonna be funny. This is gonna be so funny because whenever Knife says 2 tutties, he's gonna throw 2 pick sixes, and it's still gonna be right.
Hey, there has to be some fantasy implications for your vigor with that take with Justin Fields.
Actually, no, I don't have any Bears. I don't have any interest in that game. I'm not playing any Broncos either.
Well, he just wants to gain some lead and keep gaining lead in that pick'ems. That's what he wants to do. Dr. Van showing some Bear stats. The Bears have lost 8 home games in a row and 13 games overall. They haven't won since October of last year. Something has to give, or I guess they could tie. Yeah, that's crazy. So one team hasn't won a road game since 2021. This team hasn't won a home game in 8 games. Jesus, man.
So if they tie, the streak continue.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go to the AFC North. The Ravens going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns, man, they look like the real deal right now. Right now, the Browns are 2.5-point favorites. 39 is the over/under. Ravens made us all look dumb last week. The Colts beat them with Gardner Minshew. That being said, I can't trust them right now. I thought they were the top dog in this division, and turns out they're not. This Browns team looks like the top dog of this team, or of this division. The Browns have allowed 3 points, 14 points, 3 points in this season so far. Their defense has been phenomenal. Even though Lamar Jackson is one of those great players, Deshaun Watson is questionable, but he is expected to play, Dr. Van. He had a little shoulder injury, but I think he is going to play. David Njoku burned himself at home. He burned his face. He burned his arm. I don't know what the hell. What were you doing? Were you grilling outside? Were you using that lighter fluid too high and it burned your face? What the hell were you doing, David? You should be out over there writing poems, not cooking and burning yourself. Come on now. David Njoku is a poet, by the way, if you didn't know that. I got the Browns hanging on and winning at home here. I got the Browns by 3.
Yeah, I mean, Njoku, I heard that he's going to be fine. He's going to play. I don't know if that really makes too much of a difference in their game plan and how they play this out. This is going to be one of those gritty divisional games. I think that's probably why the over-under is so low. Browns got a better offensive line. They also have a better defensive line, but Ravens have a better defense overall, in my opinion. I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say who's really going to win this one. I'm going to go with a little bit of Lamar magic, and we'll see how that turns out. I'll take the Ravens in this one. I can't believe they lost to the Colts last week. That was a little surprising, but they didn't play their best game. I think that they could bounce back this week and steal one on the road.
Okay, good night.
Oh, all right. Well, man, this one I've been debating on, and I still kind of am in that situation where I don't know. And y'all know what I like to do. I like to go with the home team when I'm unaware of how I'd like to pick. So give me the Browns by a field goal. And the Watson thing does kind of scare me with the questionable. However, their backup is actually rather capable, and I think he's good. Their defense is good enough to where you can, rely on someone who's a little more inexperienced, maybe behind or under center, and still get the job done because he doesn't need to score a ton of points in order to win. So like that DTR kid, I think if he had to come in, mid-game or something, I think he would be viable enough to get them to win still. It might not be pretty, but I think that they would still win by a field goal. So I'll take the Browns just because they're the home team, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Myles Garrett is having a good year, and the Ravens, maybe they were looking past the Colts for this game right here, but they kind of got exposed last week. And the Browns, I think, are legit. You know what I'm saying? I think they're a dark horse to really do some things this year. And that home field advantage definitely gives them the advantage, I should say. So I'm going to go with the Browns.
I don't know why, but I'm going to pick the Ravens. I think the things that Deshaun Watson has done in his past, he does not deserve happiness. And
he's got
they're
enough
also
happiness.
they're also the Browns, who are cursed. Give me the Ravens by 10.
Damn.
Pedro, what about Brownie the Elf?
What's their mascot? Is it a dog? Is it a helmet? Is it an elf? They switch every year. Pick a mascot. You can't even do that right. Joke of a franchise.
Tell us how you really feel.
That elf is scary. Imagine just playing football on the field and seeing that face just looking at you.
That's why they're so good at home.
Yeah. You might scare someone and make them fumble.
Yeah,
you know.
never know.
Yeah, well, we're staying in the AFC North with this team, going to the AFC South. Bengals on the road to the Titans. Both teams are one of those teams like we can't put a finger on them yet. What's their identity? I mean, no. What's their identity, right? Last Monday night, the Bengals and Rams played each other. That game was so awful. It just looked like sloppy football left and right. Joey Burrow is 60% with his calf. The Titans 1 week look good. They beat the Chargers. The next week, they lose 3-24. You don't know. These two teams, I just can't. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to go with the Bengals on the road just because I think they have a better roster overall. Joe Burrow can get it done on one leg against this team. The Titans secondary is not good. And even though Mike Vrabel will have these guys out there ready to go, as Knipe always says, I think Joe Burrow, that offense with Mixon, Jamar Chase looked like Jamar Chase last week. I think they can get it done on the road. Right now, it's a 2.5-point favorite for the Bengals. 41 is the over-under. Give me the spread. Give me the Bengals.
Okay. I would say it's very rare that I'll ever pick the Titans in any kind of matchup. This is no exception to that. I hate that team. I hate their fans. I hate everything about them. Mike Vrabel picks his nose too much. He keeps getting caught on camera doing it. Who cares? You know, I do think he's a good coach, but besides that, I'm taking the Bengals here. I think the Titans' offensive line is putrid. I mean, it's beyond bad. They can't even get Derrick Henry going. I mean, it's amazing that he even has any of the yardage he has now because he gets a handoff and there's already 3 guys in the backfield ready to take him down. They're just not a good team right now. They're really not. And I don't know if they will be a good team by the end of the year. Their defense isn't very good either. And so I think the Bengals are going to have a heavy dose of Joe Mixon. They're going to really lean on him hard in this game, and that's how they're going to win. I don't know if it's going to be high scoring or not, but it's obvious Joe Burrow's not Burrow right now. It's plain and simple. It's obvious. I don't think he's going to get harassed a whole lot by that Titans defensive line, and I think they're going to run the ball, and they're just going to play good defense. The defense is probably going to do some damage to that Titans offensive line. I mean, they're bad. They're bad. They could go get Taylor Lewan right now. He's like 180 pounds, and he'd be their best lineman right now walking off the street. So give me the Bengals. Give me the points.
All right. I was considering the Titans, except for the fact that Ryan Tannehill has just looked like just absolute trash this year. And man, I feel really good about not getting clipped on this one because this dude can't even like scrape or think about 300 yards passing anymore, I feel like. And especially dude, he has no Treylon Burks, and isn't D-Hop kind of banged up or something like that? And even if he's not, it's not like D-Hop's really a threat to go for 120 anymore. I feel like the ceiling is 80 now. And their offensive line, like the guy said, is terrible. There's nothing for the Titans seems appealing. I don't like their quarterback, their O-line, their receivers, nothing. So give me the Bengals and give me it convincingly because Joe Burrow, give me 40% of Joe Burrow. I'll take that over Ryan Tannehill. But I feel like Joe Burrow is a little bit healthier now because I think he got in some full practices, if I'm not mistaken. So he should be okay. But I think Joe will be good enough to get this W. And Joe's aware of what's at stake. That's why he even said the 0-3 was on my mind more than the injury was. It's you can't sit there and dig yourself a hole, man. You're not gonna be able to get out of it. So give me the Bengals to cover.
Yeah. I was literally gonna say a 60% Joe Burrow is better than 100% Ryan Tannehill. You literally beat me to it. I'm gonna take the Bengals as well. There were a lot of signs last week that looked pretty good. His connection with Jamar Chase that wasn't there in the first 2 weeks. You can tell they made a conscious effort to involve Jamar Chase as early as possible, get him into the game, and get a routine down with Joe Burrow. And like I said, this Titans team is just a huge letdown. Ryan Tannehill is like next level cheeks. He sucks. He is killing. I don't know what, like, drafting Derrick Henry was such a big mistake. It's like I think it was Spence that said he can't get anything going, dude. By the time he even gets the ball, it's like there's nothing going because there's no threat of the pass whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely be taking this Bengals. And like we had said in the legit or ludicrous, are they legit or will they miss the playoffs? And we said it was ludicrous. So I think a nice little 2-game winning streak will lessen the woes of 0-2. So I could see them taking this game.
Do you guys know how many offensive touchdowns the Titans have so far?
Ooh,
Yeah,
3.
2.
One?
3.
3.
Oh,
3 touchdowns.
that's more than I thought.
Well, the Bengals have 4, so that doesn't really help my point that much. But I'm going to go with the Bengals for all the reasons you guys took the words out of my mouth. They got nothing going over there, man. And like Spence said, fuck the Titans. For that reason, I will be taking the Bengals. I think that this is going to be the game where Joey gets back to doing his thing. Which I'm tired of hearing about the calf. You're either hurt or you're not. You sit or you play. I don't want to hear no more calf talk. Tired of hearing about it. Joey's going to get right. He's going to get his win. I got the Bengals.
It's hurting him. It's pain right now, Pedro.
Sit out. Take a couple weeks off. Don't play through it.
He's a competitor. He doesn't quit.
He's not playing good through it.
I mean, I agree. I agree with Pedro on that one. If you're going to hinder your team, saying you're doing more harm than you're doing good. But it still should be enough against this team.
I think so too.
Hopkins is in, by the way. But Burks is out. Doesn't matter, like you were saying. Bengals by a long shot. Let's go to the Rams taking on the Colts. AR, Mr. GVO, Gainesville very own, is back in the building for the Colts. He missed the game for his concussion, and I don't know what is telling me, but I think the Colts can do this. I'm taking the Colts at home. This is a toss-up. It's an even game. Over-under is 40-45. Last week without Cooper Kupp for the Rams, and I feel like the Colts, they got some mojo over there. Shane Steichen has them rolling. I think they can get it done. I was hating on them last week. Now they might make me look stupid this week. That's usually how it goes. But I'm going to roll with Anthony Richardson. Zach Moss, man, step aside, Randy. They got a new Moss in town, man, because Zach is balling right now, bro. Jonathan Taylor still does not want to play for this team, though, so it might be Zach Moss's backfield until further notice. Give me the Colts, though. I think GVO is going to make a rap song after this, and he's going to prove his point. I got the Colts winning by 3 against the Rams at home.
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to take the Rams on the road. So Richardson's looked a lot better than I thought he would so far this season. I'm a Gator fan as well, so obviously I've seen him play a lot. He's a very inconsistent quarterback, at least in college. Pros, obviously, completely different game, completely different outcomes of the games. But he's just been way too good for what I expected. So I think this is probably going to be one of those games where he gets the rookie haze, he gets a little lost, probably throws a couple picks, has pressure on him, and just plays sloppy. And that's all the Rams need with a veteran, experienced quarterback in Stafford. And their run game's pretty good too. I mean, Kyron Williams is playing good, so they're definitely able to move the ball. And I think if you have those kind of turnovers against a team like this, they can take advantage of it. They don't need to win big, but they need to win, especially if they're going to try to stay competitive in their division. I don't see how they will. It's a Niners division, but anyways, I could see the Rams taking this one on.
Well, Knife is laughing, so go ahead, you go.
You're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I mean, I don't like picking my division guys to win, but I do think the Rams are gonna win this game. It's a very. I feel like this is gonna be a very close game to like bet. What's the line on this game? You said
Even toss up.
okay, good. Okay, because that's what I. That's all right. So America kind of feels like how I do. So it's like, which side do you pick, man? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Rams just because I like Matthew Stafford better, I like McVay better than Steichen and Richardson. And the quarterback coach combo is like I just pick my favorite of those. Even though the Colts are home, but I don't know. I mean, Matthew Stafford's a Super Bowl champion. It's not like he's going to be choking or like sweating on the road. Like he's a unit. So I think he'll get the win for his boys there.
But let me ask you this: Can I hold on?
What's up?
Isn't your theory picking the home team?
It is. Yeah,
so
but
you're going against your own theory.
I know. I'm sorry. What
are you doing? You're telling the people wrong things now.
Yeah, I'm going against the grain on this. I'm going against my own.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with the Rams as well. I think the Colts are fool's gold. I think they really are. And then it's gonna be a little bad juju because the dude that I had on my behind the teams video after they beat the Ravens last week instantly DM'd me talking shit. And was like, I told you the Colts. And I'm like, bro, you said they were winning like 12 games. Calm down. So I think they're going to lose this one. Like I said, I do like Matt Stafford more. And nobody mentioned this. Richardson's going to get welcomed to the NFL by Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? He's going to, Donald versus Quentin Nelson's going to be a nice little matchup that I like to see, the big boys going at it. Should be a good one, you know what I'm saying? But I think the Rams will squeak this one out and get themselves a nice little road win.
Do you guys know how many touchdowns the Colts have scored this year? Because I don't. I didn't look at it. But I'm going to go with the Rams. Yes. I'm going to tell you why. I think Matt Stafford is a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. And the defense for the Colts is not great. It was good last week, but I think that was just a weird off game. But I think Puka's going to go off. Tutu going to go off. Skoranek going to go off. They're all going to get their points. They're all going to
Skoranek going to go off.
That white boy's going to be in there. He needs to get his shine before Cup comes back in. But no, for real, I do have the Rams winning this on the road. The Colts are not that great. They eked out a couple wins, but it's early in the season. I think the more experienced team's going to win here, and that's the Rams.
Well, Skoranek's questionable, Pedro. He has a Achilles injury on the report.
Nah, he'll play. I talked to him already.
Okay, so go Ben, go, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Colts already had their win of the year already.
Donald's not going to be lining up against Quentin Nelson. They put him in the middle.
I mean, but if they'll get watch, you'll see, they'll get it.
Okay,
I know the scheme. I talked to
regardless, Donald.
We have a lot of NFL connections, Ace and I.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you're the insiders. Let's go to the NFC South division. The tough NFC South division. Ooh, scary. Bucks going to the Superdome. Shout out to New Orleans. They are.
Before you give your pick, is this going to be a week that you finally pick the Bucks and you get rid of your Bucks hatred, or?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out soon, right? Right now, the Saints are 3.5-point favorites. At home, over under is 40.5. I don't think Derek Carr is going to be playing. Sadly, I think we knocked Derek Carr out. Let me see the report. He's still questionable. Let's see. He actually practiced. So I don't know if Derek Carr is going to play. I think they should sit him this week. So it's going to be Jameis Winston. Do I trust Winston? Yeah, revenge game. You're right. Do I trust Winston against or at all? No. No, I don't. I trust him stealing crab legs from Publix, but I don't trust him winning football games. I got the Bucks, Ben. As soon as Ben pops in and donates $5 don't suck. I got you, Ben. I got you in this one. Bucks are gonna beat Jameis Winston on the road. Now listen. Now, don't make me look dumb because I'll never pick them again, Ben. Bucks just got embarrassed by the Eagles. They got flat out embarrassed. Not even a competition. I think they can get something rolling. They got to get the run game going if they have any shot. Now, Kamara is back. Kamara's back in the house. Knipe is ready for his 5 carries for 33 yards. But I think the Bucs are, they're not going to feed him a lot. No. It's Tony Jones backfield now.
Tony Jones.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So we have Vita Vea is questionable. Devin White is questionable. Jamil Dean is. Oh my God.
Oh yes, dude, this is fantastic.
I might have to flip. I got the Saints. I'm flipping. I'm sorry. I'm flipping it. Before I lock in, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ben.
Punching air right now.
No, I'm sorry. Reading the injury report, if Winston can't beat that team with all those guys, even if half of those guys miss, don't make me look dumb, Saints. I'm flipping. I got the Saints winning at home, holding down the Superdome. Saints win.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. I'm going with the Saints also. I think Kamara's back with the juice. He's ready to go. He's nice and rested. The run game doesn't work too well against the Buccaneers unless you're Philly because their offensive line's stupid good. But I don't know. I just got a feeling that this is going to be one of those games where Evans gets goose-egged by Lattimore in that Saints defense. They're really good. They're a really good defensive unit. And I just don't think they can take advantage of some mistakes by Baker, even though he's played pretty clean so far this season. He's looked a lot better than I thought he would. They don't have any dimension to their offense, though. It's air the ball out, and with a team like the Saints, they take away Evans. You're stuck with Godwin, which is not a bad option, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just don't think they're going to have enough firepower to get it done, so I'm going to take the Saints at home.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Ben, but so the Buccaneers season so far, so they beat the Vikings on the road. The Vikings haven't beat anybody, so whoop-de-do. Their defense sucks. They beat the Bears at home. Nobody cares. The Bears are crap.
Sorry, Ben.
The Bears defense is a joke. Baker should look good in both those games. And then he played a real defense in primetime, and look how basic he looked. He's nothing that's gonna surprise us at the end of the year. Let's get off this narrative of, oh my God, Baker might be a playoff quarterback again. That's not gonna happen. The Saints are gonna win this game. It won't be close. The Saints should handle, even with Jameis. Yeah, I mean, Jameis might give them a slight chance for a second, but the Saints should handle this game because their defense. And I feel like there's gonna be at least maybe 2 pick sixes by the Saints defense.
Ooh,
that's my take.
Yeah. So Derek Carr questionable. As long as they didn't say it's a game time decision, I think he'll probably play. But I think the Saints will take this they'll handle this rather easily. Like you said, the Bucs just stink. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Bucs, Rays, and Bolts. Sorry. But they're not gonna take this. You know what I'm saying? That Saints defense has always been pretty stout. You know what I'm saying? And I think,
now.
Say it again.
The guy said you're all against me now.
I think the Saints will take this one.
It's all to Pedro.
How many touchdowns?
Well, not many, because both offenses are bad. I don't like either of these offenses. And in games like this, I take the defense, and the Saints defense is honestly unreal right now. So I'm going to take the Saints, and guess what? They're getting Kamara back. Knipe's boy. I think he's going to take off this game. The Bucs can't run the ball to save their fucking life. They gave the ball to Rashad White. That guy can't run. He's on my fantasy team, and I'll tell you right now, he'll get 20 carries and 30 yards. So I'm going to go with the Saints. Their defense is awesome, and I think getting Kamara back is a huge deal for them. And it's going to turn that offense around. I think he can receive, he can run the ball, he can do it all. They need a guy like that to pair with a quarterback that can't do that much, like whether it's Winston or Carr. They both suck anyway. So
damn,
I'm gonna go with the Saints. And they're
what what else Kamara can do? Beat up people in the elevator. Knipe supports people like that.
He can ruin
because he drafts them. He drafts them.
Chris Brown.
I love
Yeah.
Chris Brown.
Okay, what do you do?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
This
just
is a
making sure.
sports show. We don't
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
no. We
don't-
do a little bit of everything. We do music too.
You know what? That happened 10.
Okay, good.
That happened 12 years
Oh,
ago.
let's just move on.
I do want to see a fight on the field, though. I want to see Lattimore versus Mike Evans for round 3. At least show us that in this game, and if that happens, I get a bonus point. Okay, because I called a fight on the field.
Wow.
I'll give that to you.
But I don't condone violence. YouTube, please don't demonetize me. It's the last thing.
If I get silly game, I get a point for the Broncos game.
Yeah, it can be like I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Let's head to a not so silly game because it's going to be a complete blowout. Commanders on the road to the Philadelphia Eagles. We all saw what happened last week with the Commanders. They proved us right. They're ludicrous being 2-0, and they got absolutely steamrolled 38-3 against a good team, the Buffalo Bills. And guess what? They're playing an even better team than the Philadelphia Eagles. The tush push is alive, baby, and they are not stopping. I have the Eagles beating the dog crap out of the Commanders, and if they make me look dumb, and if I get clipped next week, Eagles, shame on you, because every time I say a team's going to beat the dog crap out of another team, it's reversed. And if Sam Howell walks in there after he got sacked 9 times last week, my God, Sam Howell, I'm surprised he's not in a full body cast right now. He got beat apart last week, man. And guess what? The Eagles, that front 7, Jalen Carter's coming for you, big dog. Eagles by 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a blowout. Fly, Eagles, fly, as they say in Philly. I got them winning by 2 tutties.
Yeah, I'm just going to piggyback off that. Not much to say here other than the fact that I think the Eagles run away with it by a landslide. The Commanders have a good front, but that hasn't mattered to Philly's offensive line all season long. They don't care. They're just road graders. They're just out there pushing everybody out of the way. Eagles can run halfback draw 8 times in a row, and Swift will get 10 yards on each halfback draw. I mean, they're just blowing everybody out of the water when it comes to that front. So I'm just going to take them here. Same thing. They'll probably win by multiple scores. Not much more else to say about that. And Commanders, they look like they're going to be a good team going forward, but they're not winning this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Eagles as well. Man, I have to make a case for the Commanders to win this game. I would have said this last year though, and this is the first game the Eagles lost last year. Was they lost to Taylor frickin' Heineke in their own stadium to get their first loss of the year, and I'm just thinking like, who would have guessed that? But like I feel like that taste has to be in Jalen Hurts' mouth, and he's not going to let it happen. Like he's too good of a quarterback. Even OC is trash. I still think he's plenty good enough to overcome stuff like that because you have 2 elite weapons on the perimeter. You have a great run game, great offensive line. Like there's no reason the Eagles shouldn't. I don't think the Eagles will blow them out just because divisional. It's kind of hard to do that usually. But I still think I mean, I wouldn't call 10 a blowout. I can see them winning by 10 though, just fine.
All right, as the resident NFC East participant and myself, this matchup, the Commanders always play the Eagles tough. Commander fans get up for this game just like they get up for the Cowboys. It's going to be close, but I do think the Eagles will squeak this out. I think the Commanders will beat them at home because they always split with them, but I think the Eagles will win this one. And it'll be close. It'll be close. I think it'll be like 1 score, but the Eagles will squeak it out.
Still getting the Rays updates.
Eagles good. Washington not good. Very simple. This is my lock of the week.
Oh, that's a new one.
Eagles.
Can you spell it out for us? Because some people can't do it that are fans.
EAGLES. Eagles fly.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it like this.
Call.
Oh,
man.
oh. Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. They're just
Better
really fucking good. They're just really good.
Shout out to Irie becoming a member, popping some confetti. And we got Ben with a 199 saying Rays won today, 98 wins. How about them apples? Oh,
Debbie's happy.
Frankie Montas is pitching today, so take that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's football season now, Ben, but I will be calling some postseason baseball next week. We're going to head to the two stinky poopy teams once again. We got 2 0-3 teams going head-to-head this week. This might be a silly game too, Pedro. Who knows? You might be in trouble for that silly game take of the week. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty confident.
I wouldn't be with these two teams. We got the Vikings taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Vikings are 4-point favorites. Do we trust the Vikings anymore? I mean, my golly gee willikers. This team, they should be better than what they are. Kevin O'Connell, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Alexander Madison. Come on, man. Wake up. Wake up. You did last week, though. Once I left you on the bench in fantasy, that's when you wake up. Come on, Alex. Come on, man. I defended you on Twitter. I got, oh my gosh, I don't know. Panthers almost made me look smart last week. They almost got the upset, but then the Seahawks smacked them back down to earth. Bryce Young is back. No more red rifle time. It was a one and done. I think that Bryce Young against the Vikings could do some magic here, but I just can't do it. I can't pick the Carolina Panthers to beat the Vikings. I'm sick of picking this team to win. I picked the Vikings 3 weeks now. 3. I want them to lose. Don't get me wrong. Keep losing. But I have them finally winning one game here against the Carolina Panthers. It's the mid-bowl. It's not the toilet bowl. It's the mid-bowl here. I have the Vikings beating the Panthers on the road, and they're finally going to get it done. And then Kirk Cousins is going to go into the tunnel and act all tough like, you like that? You like that? You're 1-3. Vikings winning.
And I do like that. I think they're going to get their win as well. Who's going to be guarding Justin Jefferson? Is CJ Henderson still starting corner for them? Yeah. Okay. So
JC Horn's hurt.
He's burnt toast. I think this game will be a little bit more exciting than our other toilet bowl. There's a little bit more offense on here, but I actually think the Bryce Young thing is hindering the Panthers. He's not ready to play quarterback in the NFL right now. He needs to be riding the pine. I know they don't do that in the NFL anymore. Rookies always start. That's how they do it. He's just not ready, man. I see him out there. He's indecisive. He throws bad footballs. He's pressured all the time. I just don't see it. And Daniil Hunter is healthy. He's looked amazing. Yeah. He's probably been the best thing on the Vikings defense so far. I mean, I think the Vikings are going to boat race them. But, they're going to get their first win.
All right. Well, I'm going to follow suit here, even though I kind of don't want to. But I do at the end of the day. I still think Bryce is just a little too green. Rookie QBs are hard to trust almost no matter how you slice it up. I mean, even when they're amazing, it's still like, you just don't have that track record. And like, we know Kirk has been solid. It's a 1 p.m. game. It's not a primetime game. And when
that didn't stop him last time. You said that. I
know. But I mean, then when you factor in the fact that it's so hard to bet against a team that has the best wide receiver in the NFL. So give me that team and give me them to win by 3 to 4.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the Vikings and disagree with Spence about Bryce Young. His last game that he played, he showed me some stuff, man, especially when during the blowout, the way he's able to look off people, and should have actually had an extra touchdown at the end of that game. But in this game, the Vikings going to get their first win. It's just they have a lot of talent out there. I'm going to say I'm wishing it to existence. Jordan Addison's going to get me 2 tutties this weekend.
Jesus.
So, you know what I'm saying? Jordan Addison's going to go off, and the Vikings will come away with their first win on the road, and then they will not trade away Kirk Cousins at the deadline.
I mean, surely the Vikings aren't going 0-4. This can't happen.
Why not?
It won't happen, right?
Are you sure?
I don't know. I hope I'm right. I'm going to go Vikings. I hope I'm right. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, now I
Doesn't.
don't know. Now I just don't know.
It
We all-
doesn't.
Pedro's throwing me for a loop here. I don't know anymore.
We all went Vikings. That's not good.
So we're
kinda
all on the
have to.
Vikings, huh? Are we all
Kinda.
gonna do the skull chant watching the games together?
Sure,
Please,
let's
that's
do it.
not allowed. That's not allowed in my house. I'm telling you that much. I'll kick everybody out that does that stupid chant. And sorry, Vikings fans. It's the worst chant in football. Skull! Skull! It's so stupid, man. It's a dip company.
You
It's
gotta
a
kick
dip
yourself out,
company.
man.
Just yelling tobacco. Man.
I
know.
quite like it. I quite
Stinny's
like
gonna
this
kick
chant.
me out, man. You like Skull, Pedro?
I do. I mean, the Chiefs stole theirs from the Seminoles. So,
They did.
Well, actually, I will
in
say
my
this.
in my opinion, that's the stupidest one.
I will say this. I don't like the Who Day by the Bengals either, because it's
That's
the Who Dat. It's Who
That's
Dat.
another ripoff too.
Yeah.
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 The
Well,
original. Jacksonville
yeah.
original.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Rangers try to steal the roll call from the Yankees. I know this is a football stream, but don't do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Come on.
I don't like them Weedham boys from the Cowboys.
Oh, we'll get to the Cowboys soon. No upsets of the week yet, fellas. Okay, we're
It's
getting
coming.
Oh, that's what she said. We got the Steelers taking on the Texans on the road. Are the Texans for real, everybody? Are they for real? They walked into Duval and just pooped on the stadium. Andrew Beck went off. If you had him in fantasy, good for you, man. You got 6 points. It helps somebody, right? It helps somebody. CJ Stroud looks locked in, man. He looks like he's the real deal. They made the right decision drafting CJ Stroud. But guess what? I know JJ Watt, he's getting his little ring of honor. He's getting into the ring of honor for the Texans. So congratulations to JJ Watt. You deserve it. Great man, great person, great football player. But your brother's going to spoil the whole ceremony. TJ Watt and company are marching their way into NRG Stadium in Houston. They are 3-point favorites. The over-under is 42. Give me the spread. The Steelers are going to keep rolling, and they're going to be on a 3-game winning streak after this week. They're going to beat the Texans. I got Kenny Pickett lighting this defense up, showing the Jaguar fans, like, come on, Trevor. If I can do it, you could too. And Kenny Pickett shut up tonight for 2 weeks now in a row. I got the Steelers beating the Texans. It's just not – I don't believe in this team. Larry Tunzel's still out. Denzel Perryman is still out. Their offensive line's banged up. Same story. Same story, new week. Texans defense has been balling. Give me Pittsburgh and give me the points.
Yeah. Their offensive line's in a very similar predicament. The Texans' offensive line's in the same predicament they were in last week. They were missing half their offensive line, if not more. The only difference is the Steelers actually have pass rush and good players who know how to get after a quarterback, unlike the Jaguars. They actually have a guy who looks just as good, if not sometimes better, than his brother, who's getting inducted into their Ring of Honor. Same day. I agree with you. I think he's going to be all over CJ Stroud. It's going to be a nightmare game for them. He hasn't thrown a pick yet in the NFL. It's surprising with how many pass attempts he's had. This is the day he throws an interception. I see the Steelers also creating points on their defense. They're just that good. I mean, on that side of the ball. Kenny Pickett, I'm still not sold on him either. Sometimes he looks good. Sometimes he looks really bad. I mean, I don't know how many points they'll put up against the Texans, but I do know that they're going to put up enough to win as far as that goes. Defense is going to be all over them. CJ Stroud will look like a rookie in this game. And go ahead, give me the Steelers on the road with the points.
I'm going to go with the rookie on this one.
Oh!
Yeah, go ahead and give me CJ Stroud. This is not my upset of the week.
It could be.
It could be, but it's not. That being said, I like what I've seen from CJ Stroud, and yeah, they have TJ Watt on the Steelers. That's amazing. That's awesome. But at the same time, there's just so didn't they lose Cam Hayward on the defensive side of the ball? Like, and the Steelers, defensively, their cornerbacks are nothing to write home about. Levi Wallace can get cooked any day by Tank Dell. and Nico Collins is big enough to body any one of their, like Patrick Peterson or whoever the hell. And I think that their offense will do. I mean, I think that D'Amico Ryans is a good coach, and I think that he can win this game, even though Mike Tomlin's a better coach. I still feel like the Texans will pull this one off, just because they have that momentum now. And once you win, like that becomes contagious, So I think that can keep going for CJ Stroud and his boys over there.
Hayward is out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with the black and yellow. Let me get the Steelers on this one. I think, this Kenny Pickett and Pickens, like I said, they look good together, especially with no Pickens. Sure, Pickens. So I think they look good together. You know what I'm saying? They especially with no Johnson, you know what I'm saying, in the lineup.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Steelers on this one. Like I said, I do like CJ. CJ does look really good, and he'll probably ultimately win the Rookie of the Year. But I think this will be a struggle for him. I think Mike Tomlin will dial something up, and he'll have enough to take out the Texans. So I'm gonna go with Steelers.
Kenny Pickett sucks.
The Texans still have a lot of owies. Their team's hurt. The team's hurt.
Yeah.
Spence took the words out of my mouth with everything he said. So I'm not gonna, take everything he said. I'm not gonna repeat him. He took the words right out of my mouth. I'm gonna go with the Steelers for those very same reasons.
All right. So we almost were all on the Steelers.
Idiot.
Oh, damn.
Knipe just hates Kenny Pickett.
We'll move up on Knipe.
I just don't like Kenny Pickett at all. I think he's trash.
I know you hate him.
I need to make
D'Amico.
You know what? That should be a merch idea for you, Knipe. Just I hate Kenny Pickett shirt. I'll put it in the store and you can buy it and then I'll take it down.
I don't want to. I hate someone. It's just Kenny Pickett is not good. Kenny Pickett is a backup. There's a shirt idea.
There you go.
Oh, there you
go.
There's a shirt idea.
Maybe the next time the Jags and the Steelers play, I'll make that shirt and then you can all wear it.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna head to the 4:00 games. Woo 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 woo. Raiders on the road to the Chargers here. Raiders are very banged up. They don't have their guy, Knipe's guy, and Jimmy G. He's hurt. He has a owie,
Shocker.
a boo-boo,
Shocker.
concussed. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. So it's going to be Aiden O'Connell time. They're rookie.
It might be Hoyer.
I don't think they'll start Hoyer over Aiden O'Connell. I could be wrong, but a lot of Raider fans are begging and pleading for Aiden O'Connell. But who knows?
It's also the Raiders, though.
Yeah, it's also the Raiders, and Brian Hoyer and Josh McDaniels, they play Fortnite together or something. So like they have that Patriots vibe with them. So it could be Brian Hoyer. If it is Brian Hoyer, it's gonna be worse than what it will be. I think Aiden will give him more of a shot to win. But the Raiders, man, Chandler Jones just got arrested, then he got released. The guy lost his mind on Twitter. I hope he finds mental health, man. But man, they got a lot going on in Raiders right now, in Raiders land. I got the Chargers beating this team. It's not even going to be close. The Raiders are one of those organizations that are imploding, it seems like. Davante Adams pissed off, already, telling his frustrations out to the media, saying, I ain't got time to sit around. Well, guess what, Davante? That's on you. That's on you, bruh. Because you wanted to leave the Packers. Well, you should have stayed there. That was the worst career decision you could have ever made, Davante, because you wanted to play with your bestie, Derek Carr. You put Derek Carr over Aaron Rodgers? You're dumb. Sorry. You had your bed, now you got to lay on it, baby. I have the Chargers winning by a freaking boatload. Chargers by 17. This game's not going to be close. Chargers, don't do this again to me. Because I will clip myself and I will make me look dumb once again. But I just have that much faith in the Chargers to win. No Eckler still. It doesn't matter. Mike Williams, get well soon. Torn ACL is Josh Palmer time, baby. I got the Chargers winning this game despite all the injuries. The Raiders just have a lot going on. Give me the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders here.
What the F?
I think that the Chargers have way too many injuries right now in their offense, and their defense is pitiful. They got so many stars on that side of the ball. I have no idea how they're so bad. They're just the Chargers. They find a way to lose. They don't find a way to win. The divisional games, they constantly come down to the wire with those guys. And their run defense it's bottom of the league. I think this is a get-right game for Josh Jacobs, is what I think. I think the Raiders are going to ride the hot hand. Well, he's not hot right now, but he will be hot during the game. They're going to ride the hot hand. Win the game for him. Essentially, I think it's going to be one of those games where it's low scoring. They pound the rock. They get out of there with a win. Chargers find a way to lose. Not by any admission of Herbert, but they just don't have anything over there right now that I'm thinking Palmer's going to need to get in flow to get back to where, production that Mike Williams had. No Eckler. Nobody in that backfield really scares me. I just think this is a game that the Raiders can win. And this isn't my upset of the week either. So, a little foreshadowing.
Well, this was my upset of the week right here.
Oh, well then let me put it up.
Yeah, this is my upset. That's what I'm calling right here. Upset of the week. Yeah, I really feel like the Raiders just will figure out a way to win because Staley sucks so bad at finishing games. And like Spence said, the Chargers just find a way to lose. And honestly, I really hope he does lose because I want Staley fired before Week 5 starts, and I want what the hell is their OC? Kellen Moore. He needs to be their damn head coach, and just get rid of the joke of a coach that Staley is. That dude has no control of the locker room. He has there's no presence about him. There's nothing that's confident. Like, that man is not an NFL coach. Just get lost, bro. Go to college, go to high school, just leave.
I personally know a couple Chargers fans, and they agree with you. They want him fired by Week 5 also.
Dude, he should have been fired after the debacle with you guys last year. Like, come on. Like, what? But yeah, I feel like this will be an upset just because the divisional game, they're not usually the blowouts. And even though it looks like an obvious Chargers win, they can easily find a way to lose this damn game, even with a backup quarterback, even with the possibility of Hoyer. And I honestly agree with the Raiders fans out there that it should be Aiden O'Connell under center. I was saying I don't know because I've heard that it might very well may be Hoyer because of the connection with McDaniels. At least to start, I can see Aiden coming in at halftime if the game script is not that great, because it's not like the Hoyer's going to have this super long leash, But yeah, I think the Raiders will somehow freakishly win this game. I mean, I saw Jacoby Myers throw the Raiders a win last year, look backwards. So, dumb crap like that can happen.
Yeah, I get a little nervous being the only one, agreeing with Max. But I'm gonna do it on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Chargers. The Raiders just have too many problems. You know what I'm saying? No Jimmy. Chandler Jones. What is going on? I got 4 words for you, Chandler Jones.
Uh-oh.
Lord Almighty! Wow. Max gets that joke. That's an inside joke to me and Max. Yeah. But yeah, it's just they got too much going on, and they're the Chargers. They've played really hard-fought games this year, really close games, and they were finally able to get their first W. And I think they ride that momentum with a home game this week, so I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm taking the Raiders.
Now I'm really nervous.
The hell? It's all right. We'll gain a game.
Yeah. I mean, the Chargers just – what's going on with them? They're not good. They got a good team, and you would just think that they're
it's
good.
Staley,
but they're not. It is Staley, but they're not good. They're just not good. Now, for the love of God, Raiders, start O'Connell. I want to see his kid. He was lining up in the preseason. He looked really good. I'll be really excited to watch that game if they play him. But I think Max Crosby's questionable. But
yeah,
I think if he plays, he's gonna.
Uh-oh.
He's good. Multiverse.
He's good.
Multiverse.
Can you hear me?
Right. Can you hear me?
Hey, you're good.
You pay your bills over there, boy?
You're good.
No.
I will say Joey Bosa is out. I think he's doubtful, actually. So that was another.
He's out.
Yeah, he's doubtful. Derwin James is doubtful. Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
sleeping. Y'all sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Flip flop now.
I'm not. I'm staying with my team. I'm
Max
staying with my pick.
Chargers. Max Chargers. Okay.
No, yeah, we'll stay. We'll stay. I can't do it again. You get one flip flop per stream, and I already used mine. So it's like you go to jail card if you do it again. So, and I don't want to go with meet up with Chandler Jones. But we're moving on. Patriots and the Cowboys. Cowboys. What the hell happened last week, huh? Like we all were on the Cowboy train.
Huh?
Choo choo. Except for days. But I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I saw. The Cowboys allowed 211 rushing yards to the Arizona Cardinals, man. How? Again, with that front? How? This is my upset of the week, everybody. Upset of the week. I have the Patriots walking into Jerry World. I got the Patriots walking into Jerry World. I don't know. Something's telling me in my bones, man, that Mac Jones is going to hit the gritty on the on the Cowboys this week. It's like y'all were saying earlier. Like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but something's telling me. And I wish French can, if he's watching, please show up. Please show up. Because, he would be screaming right now. Patriots, they are 6-point underdogs on the road here. They just got off a great win against the New York Jets. I'm being sarcastic. Patriots, get it done in Jerry World. Upset of the week, the 4 o'clock. Everything's going to be like, oh, my God. Cowboys, panic mode. Patriots win it.
So this is my first time coming on the show, so I need to know, is it kosher to have the same upset of the week as someone else?
Woo!
Is that allowed?
That is allowed.
Well, put me down there for the upset of the week. I think this is where the national media is going to be like, what is going on with Dallas? How are they losing to these teams that they're more talented than? And that'll be the question. I guess we'll find out during the game how they're going to lose, but I just got a feeling they're going to lose. I mean, you're looking at Ezekiel Elliott revenge game, and he looked kind of good last week. I mean, he had, 80-something yards and a touchdown? He looked like he had a little juice back in the legs, I don't know. I got a feeling the Cowboys are going to lose this game. I think Belichick's just going to do his thing. Defense is going to play good. Offense is going to be efficient. And they're going to walk away with a win. And Dallas fans are going to be losing their minds that they lost 2 in a row to teams that they should very well be better than.
Hey, French is in the building. Shout out to him.
Is he?
Is it really?
Uh-oh.
I am going to take the Cowboys. Please tell me I don't really.
You can come on the show. You can come on the show right quick, friends. You got something to say. You got the link. Pop in real quick.
Send my money back.
Pop in real quick, Spence or French.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. All right, well, my pick is for the. Unfortunately, I gotta go for the French Dallas Cowboys, and yeah, I feel like they are a better team than the Patriots. Mac Jones has never really impressed me, and I don't think he's going to do it. I mean, if the Patriots are home, I'd give them at least somewhat of a shot, even though I still think the Cowboys would beat them on the road. But the Cowboys are just a better team. They have a better defense by far. I mean, I know the Patriots have a good defense also, but Mac Jones is going to make mistakes tomorrow. Micah is going to get home. He's going to hit home, and he will be a difference maker. So I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Okay.
That's for you tonight.
Well, highlight what Robert said. What did Robert say?
He said he's picking Dallas.
His
he's
last
picking.
comment. And we all know who Ace is taking. Anyone who plays the Cowboys. You'd be correct, sir. And this is going to be my upset pick of the week. So put that thing back up there. So 3 upset pick of the week. Hey, I called it last week. You guys didn't believe me. This is a copycat league. You guys know week in and week out, The formula to how you beat teams is on the tape, and the formula to how you beat the Cowboys is now out there in the stratosphere. You have to run the ball right at Micah Parsons. Expect a full dose of Stevenson and feeding Zeke and another revenge type game. We know who the Cowboys really are. I've been quiet all stream mostly. I'm going on this one. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots are going to win this one in a narrow victory because we know who the Cowboys are. They get off to a hot start, then they start losing games, then they start panicking. Here's a stat. Here's something interesting for you. They literally solved Tupac's murder before the last time the Cowboys even made an NFC Championship game. Come on. So the Cowboys will go down 2 losses in a row. They'll start to panic, and then they'll like win next week, and then they'll be like, okay, we're fine. We're back. We're them boys. But like I said, it's a copycat league. I think Bill Belichick saw the tape. He saw what worked, and I think he will implement that in his strategy, and the Patriots with a narrow victory.
You're praying to the angels above, French? Fuck you.
I
know what he's talking.
I know, me too. Me too. I don't know why you guys feel this way. I don't know why you're saying the things that you're saying. Max, you said that you didn't want to go to the loony bin with Chandler Jones, and here you are talking crazy again. So you guys are all going to be joining him. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They just have the better team. And I feel like the loss of the Cardinals was just really embarrassing for them. And I think they're going to bounce back. They're going to get their shit together, and they're going to play a good game of football and beat the Patriots. I think it's going to be close because Bill Belichick always keeps the games close. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. So, French, you can still come tomorrow. You'll have some people in your corner. Now, I will say they're still going to get knocked out in the second round of the playoffs as they do every year.
By who?
Probably you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Probably the Niners. Right. Or it could be anybody, you know? They're not going to make it to the Super Bowl ever. So
hold on. You said second round of the playoffs. They normally get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Let's not cap. They got past it last year. That was only like what, Dak's second or third playoff win. Let's not act like this.
Well, I didn't want French to take his love back that he gave me.
No, it's okay. I saw the video.
I got to give him some credit, you know.
I saw the video. Max showed me the video of French sulking in the corner. You know what I'm saying? I saw the tears coming down. You know what I'm saying? So
we gotta put that on the stream next week if they lose again.
Belichick is 5-1 all time against the Cowgirls, says Dr. Van. Oof.
Yeah, 5-2.
And it's not just that. Like, okay, just, you know, obviously we shitted on the Cowboys, but the Patriots have played 3 good, solid games. Like, the Eagles game was close. You know what I'm saying? They beat the Jets. And then, trying to look to see who they played. Then the Dolphins, it was a 1-score game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, you know, Mac Jones is having a quietly, solid year. Nothing, crazy. But I do think, they played 3 solid games, and I think they will translate to another one, and they'll upset the Cowboys.
French said, Ace, great Tupac joke, but 40-0 is funnier.
Yeah, you know what else is funnier? The fact that y'all lost to the Cardinals. That's funnier.
But whoever came up with the comment of Belichick versus the Cowboys 5-1. I think that's irrelevant, to be honest. Because dude, you have freaking Brady. Like, come on.
I never got those stats. Like dude, they're different teams. Like that doesn't really make that much sense.
No one really fears the Bill Belichick Patriots anymore. Like, it's not like you're just terrified of the Patriots anymore. Like, you used to be nervous as hell that you're going to lose for sure.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that.
All right, well, let's move on. French, sorry, buddy. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. Hey, I'm 0-3 in my upset of the week, so that's good news for y'all.
Oh shit! There we go.
We're moving to the next game, and I'll let the 49er fan take it. This game is one of those. God, Jesus, we're gonna fall asleep. But we're gonna be like mimosas in. We're gonna fall asleep by then. But you can take this one.
Yeah, man. I just want to I don't even care how many people view this video at all. But man, I just gotta get some internet love out there to Glock frickin' Purdy. That man is so damn good at football. His swag, his fucking composure, the way he carries the offense, man. Y'all have to admit that this, dude, if Trevor Lawrence did what Brock Purdy is doing, y'all would be praising and getting on your knees for Trevor Lawrence. Brock Purdy is fucking here. He's awesome. He hasn't lost a regular season game he started and finished. Like, dude, I love this damn guy. He's fucking badass as hell. Give me my fucking Niners by at least 16. And man, I'm so excited about this guy because the way he carries himself and the way he has our team, like just the way that we march down the field, he always looks in command. Even if he makes a bad play, it's right back to business, you know. I obviously love the 49ers. I love my team. I just want to get some love out there to Brock Purdy because I just really feel like he doesn't get enough love for what he's done, for who he is. And if a bunch of other quarterbacks did this, there'd be national media attention all the damn time about it. So show my boy some love and better pick my Niners.
Hey man, that's why we got you two, bro. Screw the national media, man. Screw the national media.
Yeah.
I'm against you on this one. No, I'm kidding. I got the 49ers winning by a landslide. This Cardinals team, they can fight now. I got to show them some love because I ruled them the worst team in football, but the last 3 weeks now, they've put up a good fight. They did Josh Dobbs dirty, though. Sell his jerseys. Sell his jerseys at the team store. If you watch the recap show, I show the video. That's disrespectful, man. But that being said, Niners are 14-point favorites at home. I don't like that spread. That's a big spread. We all saw what happened last time. That was the Dallas spread with the Cardinals. They beat them actually. But I got the Niners winning. Deebo Samuel, he's gonna miss this game, right?
So he's actually, I mean, dude, I really hate that they took away the probable tag. But I really feel like he's genuinely questionable, even though he didn't practice. But Deebo is that type of veteran now. He doesn't need to practice to play, and I think he's truly a game time call tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think it's really just pain tolerance is what I'm hearing. So if he feels that he can get it done, then he'll do it. But I also feel like Kyle might kind of push him in the direction of sitting because Kyle's confident enough that we don't need him to beat the Cardinals. But I also don't want. I kind of want to see him go out there as long as he can stomach it because. Dude, fuck that. Like, I mean, sorry, but like, just give me the dang win. I don't care. Like, it's still a divisional game. It's not a gimme. We still need to take him seriously. Don't look past him type of mentality. And like, I really hope he plays. And I think he truly is game time decision. I don't think anybody knows really besides him and Kyle.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Niners win by a boatload.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, point spread like this in the NFL is crazy. I mean, it's like college numbers there. You never expect that to happen in the NFL because teams are always just about as good of athletes. A lot of them understand football better than, anyone in college. So that's why it's a lot closer most of the time. The Cardinals, they haven't gotten blown out in any of the games that they're supposed to get blown out in. I think this week that changes. I think the 49ers are going to kick the holy crap out of them. I don't think that it's going to be close at any point in time. The one thing I will say, though, is if Trevor Lawrence was on the 49ers, he would be the MVP frontrunner right now and not just like a system game manager. Now, Purdy's looked really good, but I'm not going to go crazy on that. I mean, just about any quarterback can step in there and run that offense the way that it's designed and built. There's so many weapons. There's so many weapons over there. The reason they lost in the playoffs is because, they faced a team that was really freaking good with nobody playing quarterback. Now, if they were playing the Cardinals, I could go back there and beat this team. You know what I mean? Without hand it to McCaffrey 100 times. Hand it to McCaffrey 100 times. Dump it off the Kittle for a 2-yarder. It's good. We're good. We're all good. But no, they're going to blow them out. It's not going to be close. Purdy does deserve some flowers, but I'm not going crazy like that. Okay.
Top 10.
Top 10.
100%.
Yeah, Knipe,
100%
Knipe was doing tricks on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tell you what. No, Brock's good, but it's the Niners offense. Come on. Like, look at all the people they got back there. I'm with Max on that. But I think the Niners are just gonna completely dominate the Cardinals. It's not even gonna be close, and I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. We all know why they're better, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. So last week, for those that didn't know, I did pick the Cardinals to beat the Cowboys, which they did. This week, I am going to not pick the Cardinals this week and pick the 49ers because this should be a rout. You know what I'm saying? This should be an easy one. The 49ers is just a well-balanced breakfast over there. It's like they got a little bit of everything that you need, and it's just like, yeah, Cardinals, they got their one win last week, when I needed them most, and yeah, I don't think they're not taking this one. It should be a clean sweep across the board for all of us 49ers.
Yeah, that game. Just like this game right here, man. Oh my gosh.
This is the one I was doing this to. I mean, this is
like Taylor Swift's going to be the main story about. This is going to be Taylor Swift's Playhouse. This is what this game is going to be. They had to go. Listen, now this is my conspiracy theory about this Taylor Swift thing. All right, I believe that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dating or seeing each other. I guarantee you the NFL reached out to Taylor Swift and begged her to go to this game because let's be honest here. I wasn't going to watch this game. The Chiefs were going to destroy the Jets. They still are. But the ratings, the NFL can't flex this game out until next week, right? Please, Taylor, come to the game. We saw what you did with the Chiefs and the Bears. They were the #1 game on television, even though it went off the TV screens how bad that game was. This one, you can't take it off. It's Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day for Sunday night to go to bed because I don't want to watch this game. The Chiefs are going to destroy the Jets. The whole thing is going to be them putting on Taylor Swift every single freaking halftime or commercial break almost. Over under 10 times they show Taylor Swift. Over. This game is all Taylor Swift based. And good for the NFL. It's good for them. They got all the Swifties watching the games now. Good for them. They went crazy when they showed Taylor Swift on the TV screen. Crazy. Chiefs by a lot. Zach Wilson stinks. Should not be on an NFL roster. Jets are a debacle. Sorry, Robert. You just gotta swallow that pill at this point, bro. The Chiefs are gonna destroy y'all at MetLife, and it's Taylor Swift probably gonna perform at halftime. Who knows at this point?
Yeah. You said over and under 10 times they show Taylor Swift. I'm going to say smash that over and then smash the over of 8.5 points because the Chiefs are going to blow them away. Damn MetLife Stadium for robbing us of what would have been a good Jets season and what would have been a great Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Instead, we end up with some dude named Zach Wilson who loves MILFs but can't play quarterback. I mean, he's awful. He's dog water. Trevor Siemian will be starting in like 2 weeks. Get him out of there. Get this team off prime time. They're awful. Chiefs by 1 million.
Yeah. I could care less about the freaking Taylor Swift crap. Let's get to football here. But yeah, I just think the Chiefs is the obvious pick. I mean, Patrick Mahomes prime time, like, really doesn't you have to say anything? I think he could be playing anybody for the most part right now, and I pick him. But yeah, Kansas City, and man, like, what would have been, what could have been, what should have been with Aaron Rodgers in this game, because that would have been so cool to watch. But yeah, we get robbed, and now we got to watch some garbage. But hey, I got the Chiefs defense in fantasy, so let me get a pick six, boys.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so the Jets won't win in their wildest dreams. All right, see what I did there? Yay.
I like that.
So this should be an easy one. The Swifties will be 2-0 on the season. They get to face another terrible team. They embarrassed the Bears last week. It's going to be another kicking this week. The Kansas City defense is actually a lot better than, I'm saying, a lot of people are giving them credit for. They're going to be killing Zach Wilson. It's just gonna be murder out there. It's just gonna be crazy. And like I said, I agree with Max. The over and under is definitely gonna be over 10 times that they talk about. They show Taylor Swift and stuff like that. And a lot of people are sick of it, but I like it. I like the coverage it's getting. I'm saying? I think it's a cute story, and it's gonna they're gonna go out there and they're gonna destroy the Jets.
A cute love story, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, hit you right in the feels, huh?
So, but I mean, everybody's all sick of it. But I'm like, hey, it don't matter to me. It is what it is. But this is gonna cover up if anything, if you're a Jet fan, you should be very happy that is the main line instead of the garbage that's coming from your locker room, because no one's gonna be talking about how bad the Jets are. You know what I'm saying? So they're kind of flying under the radar with how stinky they are this year. But next week we'll get right back to that. But this should be an easy win for the Chiefs.
Do you guys know how many times I've heard that woman's name?
Dude, it's annoying.
I've seen it on Twitter, X, whatever you want
Be
to call
careful.
it. You know,
Be careful.
You know, I've never muted any phrase on Twitter ever until last week.
Till she who must not be named.
No.
I took that
canceled.
woman's name and I muted it on Twitter because I was seeing Travis Kelce's birth chart. I was seeing Travis Kelce's favorite food and how compatible they are for each other.
What the hell is?
Do you guys know how many touchdowns Taylor Swift has scored in her career? 0. I don't care. Get her off my screen. She's famous enough. Just let her do her thing. Leave her out of football. I don't want it. I'm not going to watch another Chiefs game for the rest of the year. I don't care for the Super Bowl. I don't care. I'm not watching it. The Chiefs are going to win. The Chiefs are going to win.
Yeah, just be happy that when they beat y'all, it wasn't the hype then, because you really would have been sick of it.
Oh my God! Can we talk about how can the Jets not like make any move to get a quarterback? There's like nothing they can do.
Well, you have to realize if this injury happened like in training camp, whatever, they could have. But this late in the season, teams know that they're going to be looking for a quarterback. They're going to overcharge them. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they're stuck. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck with Zach Wilson. So do I feel bad for them? No, they spent the entire offseason talking so much shit. So it's karma.
Hey, Pedro,
I mean, they got to be able to for like a backup or something like because Zach Wilson's horrid, man. I mean, I guess I'd rather put Tim Boyle out there.
Yeah.
Hey, Pedro, you upset Knife so much he left. He had to leave and come back.
No, my daughter called me.
Yeah, they really do need to bring somebody in, but the problem is like I said, okay, Phillip Rivers is out there, but who wants to play behind that offensive line? I mean, that's from the jump. That's why Rodgers was getting harassed. I mean, their offensive line's pitiful. So, and good luck. But I would like to know, what in the hell is a birth chart? What is that?
It basically takes when you're born, tells you if you're a good person.
Oh, well, I can tell you without a doubt, Travis Kelce is a douchebag and an asshole and not a good person. So,
wow.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't need to look at whatever his astrology is.
Dude, you're hating on like the most loved man in America right now.
Yeah, y'all trying to get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine like the resale on those tickets, by the way. Like if you were a Jet fan, you know what I'm saying, when Aaron Rodgers went down, you're like, damn, I can't get rid of these fucking tickets. And then all of a sudden, Swifty comes into town.
Yeah,
and, you know, on the second market, ooh, them shits are going for, you're gonna get banged.
Are they actually though? They are.
Yeah, they are. They're, dude, you might. I don't know the exact amount, but they're going for a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big deal. Like, I don't know, they're fans, you know what I'm saying? I respect it, but it's like, you're not even going to see her. You got a better chance of seeing her on TV. It's like, you're acting like she's going to come down and perform at halftime. It's like, it's not going to happen.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if you're a Jets fan, you're not going to want to look at the field anyway. Yeah. You'll probably spend the whole time like, oh, well, I think I saw her. Like, that's what I would do, because the last time I went to a Jets game, those guys were depressed. Yeah. And guess who the quarterback was? Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
Jets
well,
stink.
Praying for you, Jets. Praying for you. Maybe Robert Saleh can get out of his own head and bring in somebody else other than Trevor Siemian. I would sign Colt McCoy. I would have signed Colt McCoy.
Where's Jacoby Brissett? I'd rather have Jacoby Brissett.
He's backing up the Commanders. I don't think they'll trade him.
Give Blake Bortles a chance.
Carson Wentz expressed interest, but it's like,
they said
why
no
would
to
you
Wentz.
want to come back to
they
that?
said no to Carson.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Wentz is pretty bad too.
Matt Ryan's not interested. You know, he's good. He's good in his cushy spot. So
he's also trash.
Oh damn. All right, Ace. Monday night before we touch on DraftKings, Seahawks. Oh, he put the hat on. Wow, you waited this long to put your hat on? Damn, you must not really care for him. Seahawks on the road to the Giants for Monday Night Football. Seahawks are favorites. Go ahead, Ace. Take it away. What you think?
All right, so all week I've been getting like 1,000 text messages from Max. Like, is Saquon Barkley gonna play? Like, please let me know if Saquon's playing for the sake of
no, he's doubtful.
I was getting there. So he is not playing. No, he's actually not gonna play. And no Andrew Thomas either. The Giants is gonna be a tough one. This is a must-win for them. a lot is going against them, but they've had a long time off. Last year we went against Seattle, you know what I'm saying? Even with missing a lot of weapons, we still almost beat them in Seattle. If it wasn't for Richie James and his 2 punt fumbles, we would have beat them. It's going to be a tough one for the Giants, and it's going to get ugly, and it just depends on what Giants team shows up. Are they going to let Daniel Jones air it out because he's going to have to? He's going to have to let him use his legs, unlike what we did against the 49ers, even though for the most part, through 3 quarters, that game was close and got away from us in the 4th. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. So, but I'm going with the Giants here, of course. What do you expect? Do you think I'm going against my team? Nah, I'm not like French. I'm going down with my team. If I go down, I go down. But I'm going with the G-Men. Let's go, baby.
Ace. I feel you, man. I voted against my team, and they lost or they won. I'm sorry, bro. You're my boy, but the Giants ain't gonna win this game, bro. I'm sorry. Back-to-back prime times at MetLife Stadium. Back-to-back prime time losses at MetLife Stadium. Like you said, no Saquon, no Andrew Thomas.
We were actually in San Fran last prime time.
No, I'm talking about like Sunday Night Football is at MetLife, and then Monday Night Football is at MetLife.
Okay, got you.
Andrew Thomas, Saquon out, no shot in hell. Geno Smith revenge game. I'm sorry. No, I'm serious. Jamal Adams is back. He's making his debut on the season. Hey,
boy.
Yeah. Geno Smith revenge game. He remembers what y'all did to him. You know what I'm saying?
Which was nothing. We gave him a shot over Eli Manning. He just couldn't do it.
I know.
Y'all wrote him off.
Yeah, and he wrote back.
If anything, he should be more mad at the Jets because remember he got sucker punched and broke his jaw. So he should. Be more mad
that's
at them.
true. Yeah. Well, he remembers his field, so he's gonna walk in there, and he's gonna put this team on his back. Man, I got the Seahawks winning, even though Charles Cross is doubtful. Artie Burns is out. They got a couple of banged up guys on the roster, but I think this Kayvon Thibodeau, where's he been? He's been. You need an APB for him. Where's he been at?
Geno Smith is really gonna remember the field when Kayvon gets on his ass.
Man, where's Kayvon been at? He needs to show up. He
unpause. Unpause on that
one. I got the Seahawks, bro. I'm sorry, man. I got the Seahawks on the road.
Yeah, sorry, Ace. I don't mean to come on here the first time.
Whoa!
Hey, yo!
Hey,
just the first time? The second time and third is okay, but I'm sorry for the first time.
Anyways, on the show here, and pick against your team, but no Saquon. I don't see it. I don't see it happening for them guys. I'm going to take Seahawks. The point spread's 1.5. I mean, that's like a pick 'em, so I guess I'll take the points with that. But I think it'll be a close game. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means, but no Saquon, I don't know. The defense hasn't been as good as I thought they'd be either. The Giants defense has really, really struggled in some games that I thought they should do. I thought Thibodeau would be making that leap, Instead, he looks about as mid as our pass rusher we drafted in the same draft. So
See to that point, right? I mean, I agree. I expect him to have a lot better, but I also do think a lot of it is, as a Giants fan, I'm obviously plugged into the everything Giants stuff like that. I think it's more of the system than it is Kayvon Thibodeau because he's dropping back way more in coverage this year than I thought he would. Like, I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to overload one side and the threat of Kayvon, but just let him do what he does best. He got a sack last week. You know what I'm saying? It was a covered sack, but, it's one of those feel-good sacks where something that can get you going. So I think, we'll see him sacks come in bunches.
Yeah, so I don't know why these guys, felt sorry for you for picking the team that's playing you because just get better at football, man. I mean, honestly, this one comes down to no Saquon, no Knipe. I just think he's such a difference maker for that team. He's quite literally you remove Saquon from the equation, it's about the same as removing Daniel Jones to me. And even though Daniel Jones is nothing to write home about, it's still a big piece of who that team is. And I just think you guys won't be able to win without him. I don't think Breida's nearly capable enough to get anything done on the ground. And I don't trust Daniel Jones to throw to a bunch of, not wide receiver alphas, that, just a bunch of guys who really just a bunch of guys. So I'm going to give the Seahawks a touchdown win, even though it is prime time. So I feel like that doesn't happen too much. I feel like it's usually pretty close because the games are back and forth. But I'm gonna take the Seahawks to beat y'all by a touchdown at least.
Yeah,
and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, I got a drop, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. No Saquon, no Winnie. So sorry.
All I hear is I'm moving up in those weekly ranking standings, baby. That's all I hear.
We gotta clip that. All right, y'all. I got to drop.
All right, brother.
All right, man.
All right. See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Yeah, I got to roll out here in a second too. So
yeah, man. Well, we're about to go to DraftKings for a little bit and then wrap it up. So that was the games. Let's head to DraftKings. If you watched last week, probably would have won some money.
Before you get fully into DraftKings, I'm going to go ahead and leave on that point. Appreciate you for having me on, Max. You the man. This is fun. Appreciate you guys. Glad it was on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? It's Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Sunday ones are kind of hard, pause. But they're kind of difficult, I should say, to get to. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you guys, man. So good luck to all your teams. You know what I'm saying? I'll be calling the Jets and the Giants. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait for those. And go G-Men and fuck Dallas.
All right, Ace. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Ace,
Appreciate
we'll see you.
Let's go to DraftKings for a second, guys. Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's win some money. And last week was pretty good. We called out a bunch of names that went off. My receivers did well, but my running backs stunk. That's what hurt me last week. Here, let me go this way.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, bro. So quarterback, I'll start it off because you said it, and I was gonna wait to do it. But I showed you guys some love. I went Brock Purdy. You wanted me to show some love? Here we go, man. 5.9 thousand for him. Really, that's kind of like under mid-tier. That's the thing about the quarterbacks this week was they're all priced up pretty heavily. Like, look at these salaries, Like, Richardson is 6.7K. So I was going down. I wanted to go right there with Brock Purdy. I think he has a good game against Arizona. He's been already great this year so far, averaging 18.6 fantasy points per game. If I do have any other call out, I want to say Russell Wilson was another option I was thinking of. I know this guy doesn't. I know. Look at this smile. I know.
That's right.
But he's playing Chicago's defense at 5.8K, and he's put up 18 points and 30 points the last 2 weeks. So, I was kind of flip-flopping, but I kind of went with the hot hand, and I went with Brock Purdy instead.
Dude, he's guaranteed to throw 2 touchdowns a game. That's what he does. He goes out there, he throws 2 touchdowns.
Well, my concern was it would be a blowout, and he wouldn't really,
and it might
ball.
It might.
That was my concern. Yeah.
So I actually went with Russell Wilson at quarterback.
Oh.
Just to say, I wanted to save a little bit of money there, and that should be. Even though I picked the Bears to win, because I think Fields can get it done with his legs. I just think it's going to be a game script where Russell's going to be continually throwing because it's going to be a back and forth game. I don't think it's going to be a clear winner. So yeah, I just picked Russell Wilson because he hasn't had like the worst fantasy numbers. I know that was kind of inflated that 1 week against Washington because of that late Hail Mary TD, but just a cheap guy who I feel like has at least somewhat of a ceiling to potentially throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and mine's a little situational. It depends on who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders. I put in a lineup where I have Aiden O'Connell as my quarterback because he's so cheap.
He's
so cheap. So it gives you a lot of draft capital to really get other players in there. Look how far you got to scroll to find this.
I know. I'm about to just look him up at this point.
Yeah.
4K.
4K. Yeah. And if he's starting, Adams is your safety blanket. I think he could put up some points. So it's conditional, but I think that's a guy that I'm going to play just because if you got a starting quarterback for 4K, what are you doing? Like, that's just such value.
Yeah. That should be like a free square. If he does anything, if he gets 2 touchdowns, you're going to be looking really good.
Right.
Shout out to Ace. Oh, 5 gifted memberships. Holy crap.
Damn.
Big Joe. Well, we got Herb, Chrissy, Savius, Terry, and Bobby, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. right before the giveaway. Thank you, bro. You are the man. 5 gifted memberships. Hell
From
yeah.
Ace?
Yeah.
No, he's too kind.
I know, man. Thanks so much, bro. Running back wise, so I went 3 because one of them's my flex. I went with Alexander Madison. 5. No, listen. 5. I knew you were gonna laugh. I knew you were gonna laugh at this. 5
All right.
point.
I want
Hold
everyone
on.
to hear this sell job and see if
Hold
you want
on.
to pick Alexander
Yuck.
Madison in your DFS lineup.
Hold on.
Holy God.
This
That's
guy
I'm out of
stinks.
here.
Because listen, this is the reason why nobody's gonna get him. And last week, look at this game log. He put 17.5 points up.
I know, like
20 carry.
we got
20
brains, dude.
Well, listen to this. 20 carries, 93 yards, and he had 5 catches, 7 targets. He's playing Carolina. They are ranked the 31st team against the running back category in fantasy. He has a easy matchup. This should be his game where he can wake up a little bit. Now, I know it's not the sexiest pick, but I'm rolling with Madison. So, no, I know it's not the sexiest pick. But then for my second running back, I went DeAndre Swift.
That's a lot better. That's a lot better.
I know. He's just too cheap, man. 5.7K.
That's good. Yeah.
That price.
Commanders. And, I mean, he's getting all the carries now. I would not be nervous about Gainwell, Penny, nobody taking carries away from him other than Jalen Hurts. That's the only person. But, man, this guy's been balling going against the Commanders. I think he has another good game, and he's too low. He needs to be around 6.5K. So he's underpriced a little bit.
Great pick.
I went up to your boy Knipe, and I went James Cook against Miami at 6.3. I wanted to go mid-tier and running backs because everyone's so priced up high, man. Like McCaffrey, I know he has a very good matchup, but 9.2, that's extremely high. And I don't know, I like James Cook matchup with Dolphins, and he's been getting bulk of the carries over there. So I went with those 3.
Yeah, so I actually I only went 2 running backs on this build. I usually go 3, but you'll see why. I mean, I picked 2 really high-priced guys, a running back and a wide receiver that I spent a lot on, and I kind of built my team around that just because I felt like they're going to be the 2 obvious plays that are the best of this week. And the first one being Christian McCaffrey, because I feel like 2 TDs is coming for sure. Because that dude always scores, and I think that it's going to be 2 this time, and it might even be a throwing one because I feel like we might screw around at some point, But I think that Christian McCaffrey's going to have a hell of a week. I think he'll have like $130 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. And my other running back that I went with was Zach Moss, because boy, I love a running back that gets 100% of the damn work. That is so rare and so awesome to have on your team. Especially fantasy, daily fantasy, whatever. Yeah, opportunity is king. And, dude, this guy's getting fed. I know AR's coming back, so it might take some goal line stuff away, which is kind of scary. But, I mean, I had to be cheap on some stuff, and Zach Moss was a cheap op. Like, what does he go for? I can't even see it.
30 carries, 122 yards.
No. How much does he cost?
6K.
Well, 6K.
Okay, yeah. So I was fine with that. And I love the fact that he gets 100% of the work. So, yeah, give me Zach Moss.
Okay. I got 3 running backs in mine, two running back, 1 flex. My first running back, same as you, Max. I got DeAndre Swift. I think he's very cheap for his production that he's had lately, and the production he'll probably have again. How could you not start this guy? I mean, he's rolling hot right now. So that's my first one. My second one is Javonte Williams. And I just think it's because that's what they're going to have to do to win that game. It's going to be ugly, but hopefully he'll get a lot of work. He'll get some goal line touches, give you a touchdown or 2. Again, not that expensive, so it works out. As you can tell, I've done cheap, and that's because my flex is Christian McCaffrey. Super expensive, but also it'll pay off. I mean, he'll probably have a hat trick in this one. He'll probably have the passing, receiving, and throwing touchdown in this one that he had last year. I mean, they're just going to draw up shit by the end of that game. They're going to be like, yeah, whatever, man. We'll do a double reverse and a pass to Ayuk. Like, fuck it. So those are my
I really wanted McCaffrey, man, but I couldn't afford him. For my receivers, I went high on one of them. Now I might pivot. I'm kind of torn between Diggs and Adams right now, but I went Devontae.
Shout out my fantasy team.
I know, man, but 13. I know this was with Jimmy G, but 13 catches from 20 targets last week. I think it doesn't matter who's throwing the ball. Adams is going to get the targets galore in this offense, but I got to see if they start O'Connell, I'm going to go Adams, but if they don't, I'm probably going to pivot to Diggs because they're right there. I really like Diggs' matchup as well against Miami. I think that's going to be another shootout game that we're going to see, and I just want to get in that game environment. And then I went down a little bit to the mid tier, and I went with Zay Flowers once again because targets galore. Odell's out, Bateman's out, so it should be Zay Flowers getting more than 10 targets in this game. Hopefully, it's more than 48 yards of those 8 catches, man. But if Zay Flowers can get in the end zone and get about 8 catches, he's going to be on fire at that 5.6K mark right there. And just more opportunities for him. It could be a big game. And then I went low because this guy's just been cooking and he's underpriced. Adam Thielen, 4.5K. He's going against a weak Minnesota Vikings defense. And last week we saw 14 targets with Dalton, but then he had 9 with Bryce Young. So he's still getting those looks at 4.5K back-to-back weeks with a tutty. And look at these fantasy points, man. 34.5, 20.4. I just feel like he has a great matchup, and he is definitely the number 1 there in Carolina. And at 4.5, that's really cheap. So,
yeah, I like those picks. So I don't remember all of my wide receivers. So I remember my top dollar that I spent was my flex, which is Tyreek Hill. And then I also remember I have Tank Dell. I don't have to sell Tyreek Hill. Everyone knows why. Hill. Tank Dell, I also liked just for the price, and his target share has been awesome. So I mean, I think that Stroud's still going to throw a bunch. And like you kind of like the same case you made for Flowers. That's how I feel about Dell. I think he's a solid player who's going to get lots of looks. And then who are my other two?
You had Jacoby Myers.
Oh yeah, okay. So I didn't know about Jimmy being out when I made that. So I might get off of it, but also then again I might not, just because I heard it today is I think Adams has a 30% target share, and basically so does Jacoby. So 2/3 of the time when the ball's thrown in Las Vegas, it's going to one of those two guys, and I'm sure that'll continue with whoever's under center. And Aiden O'Connell really did look pretty decent in preseason. I think he kind of looked like how DTR looked like composed and kind of like he belonged,
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I felt about Aiden O'Connell as well. So I'm going to leave Jacoby in there just because he's been quietly balling out, to be honest. And in a PPR, it's a good format to have him.
And then you have Mims from Denver.
Yeah, so that's a guy on my fantasy team that I'm excited about, and I think that a lot of people should, be excited about, just because second-round pick, first guy that Sean Payton picked, and he did it for a reason. This guy wins contested catches downfield, and he's already put that on tape. I don't think he's lost one yet. I think one maybe hit the ground once, but he's done a hell of a job being efficient, and I mean just winning at the point of where the ball needs to be caught. And this kid's been impressive. I think that Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy, one of them will be traded this year, because let's be honest, they're not going to be contending. And I think that it'll be Sutton that gets traded, because I think they like Jeudy more, but we'll see. I think Mims is a great player to keep.
It's crazy too, because I saw Myers got priced up from 4.8 to 5.5. So Draftkings is starting to learn about the target shares as well.
Yeah, right.
Well, I have one of your guys, Max, and I have one of your guys, Knight. So my first receiver is Adams, Devontae Adams, because obviously I'm going to try to stack him with Aiden O'Connell. And like you said, I don't think it matters who throws him the ball. He's going to get his. So that's really all I have to say about Adams. I think he'll get his target share.
Yeah,
he's a good safety valve. He catches everything. So, and then the other receiver I have is Tank Dell. He lit us up last week. Lit us up, and some of it was busted coverage stuff. Others this dude's pure athleticism is insane. I mean, he's going to be a really good receiver for a long time. I'm a little upset that he's got such good chemistry with Stroud already, because those two guys going forward, they're going to cause hell for us in our division.
They priced him up a whole $1,000 too from last week.
Right, but I still think it's low. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's still low. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the target share, and he's getting the ball. My third guy is a dude who's been balling a lot lately too, getting a lot of catches, and that's Puka Nacua. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Nacua? Yeah.
Yeah, that boy good.
Indy's defense is trash. I mean,
Yeah.
all that underneath stuff that this dude's been getting, all these like short routes. He's basically Cooper Kupp while Cooper Kupp's on IR. He's just doing the same stuff, and they're just getting him the ball. His
30 catches.
Insane, and I think that'll continue this week. And hey, Kupp's back next week or the week after? Yeah, so you might as well get this guy when you can. So that's my third receiver.
I want to give a honorable mention to Jamar Chase too. I was thinking about getting him as well. He just has a really good matchup, and we saw last week, man. That was Jamar Chase last week, right?
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks he got bottled up, but I think that's what he needed to see, and we all needed to see if we want to roster Jamar Chase right now in DraftKings. So I think
that was even like a tame Jamar Chase, because that was Jamar Chase getting targets that were not downfield.
Yeah,
he just had to get yards after. You know what I mean? Like he had to earn those yards for the most part. Like there wasn't a lot of bombs. Like dude, Jamar Chase can get like 3 receptions for 200 yards one game, and it would not surprise me one freaking bit.
Yeah, Keenan Allen, another one too, bro.
Disgusting.
I mean, this like area right here with like, I know Hill and Jefferson are priced up pretty high, but the 8.1 to like the 7.7 area, like this group right here, man, like pick your poison with these guys, right?
That's muffins, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty right there. For tight end, I wanted to pair with Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and I think Debo is gonna miss this game.
I think
so. If Debo misses, George Kittle, more looks, more targets. He's still pretty cheap too, 5.1K against a pretty weak Arizona linebacking core. So I feel like this is a great matchup. He hasn't scored a touchdown yet, but he is my touchdown call of the week. George Kittle will be in the end zone this week, and I want that, that stack. I want that Purdy and Kittle connection. So I feel like he's in a good spot, low price, and he can definitely be in the end zone.
Oh yeah. Where did I go to tight end? I can't remember.
You went Parham.
Parham?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that guy's he's the red zone target in San Diego. If you play in remotely a deeper fantasy league, you'll understand who these guys are. But yeah, he's a good red zone target. And I mean, you just honestly, if you don't get the top, 2-3 options at tight end, you're kind of just hoping that one of them falls into the end zone. And so why not pick the guy who comes on the field when they're inside the 10? So, yeah, let's see if you can get 2 more this week. You got 2 last week. Try and get 2 more this week.
Then my tight end, because the money gets a little tight after you get, guys like McCaffrey and Adams, I got Hayden Hurst. And I solely got him for the reason that Bryce Young's back. And if you look at his game log, you'll see that he was getting a little bit more targets. Not so much the second week, but that first week, it was his safety valve. He was looking for him. I can expect a little bit of the same this week coming up, where he's going to pepper him with targets, especially against a team that's probably going to, get some pressure on him with Danielle Hunter.
Yeah.
Hey, boys, real quick, I got to bounce. It's been real fun.
Bro. Yep.
But yeah, I will see y'all in the morning, all right?
All right, bro.
All right, later, guys.
Later. And then last defense, I went kind of low, but I think they're too low. I think the Browns at 2.8K is kind of criminal. 5 sacks last week against Tennessee. I know that Baltimore's offense is way better than the Cleveland Browns is, but this defense is just stout, man. Like I said, they only allowed 14 points and then 3 points and 3 points against.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good. Like I feel like 2.8, they priced them down even after that 12-point performance. They priced them down 800.
Cheap.
Yeah, they priced them down 500 points or 500 salary. So I just wanted, I had to go low for defense, and I think the Browns are just at the best area. And I was like, damn, that's kind of too cheap for the Browns. Knipe went Texans on his against Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So
because he hates Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
And I picked the Rams against Indy. I think this is going to be a game that
Yeah.
it's going to be a game that your Gainesville zone has a lot of issues in.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Zach Moss keeps rolling. I just don't.
And that's just one of those you always punt. Yeah, Tommy's over here. Criminal. Yeah. Criminal Tommy. I'm sorry. But yeah, man. So that was DraftKings, man. That was DraftKings. Before we leave, I always give a parlay out. So I'll just do this real quick if you want to help me out. Kind of like what we both agree on. Like I do like a 4-team parlay. Just looking at the spreads.
I'll kind of follow your lead on this. I don't do a whole lot of parlays.
Yeah, I just take like the money line and stuff like that because I know we both took the Bill. No, you took the Dolphins.
Yeah, I did.
But we both took the Steelers though, so I throw the Steelers in there at -160 against the Texans.
Okay.
We both took the Saints.
Yep.
-185. So nice little 2-team right there. And then I'm just trying to think what we agreed on. Colts? No, you took the Rams. Did you say the
Chargers game?
Chargers?
You took the Chargers?
I did take the Chargers, but it's only -280. Betting wise, I'll probably throw some spreads in here. I feel like the Eagles -8.5 against the Commanders. That spread, I'd take that spread, honestly, bro, against the Commanders. And then Chiefs spread -9 against the Jets. Seems like a lock. And then one more team. I'm gonna throw in the Bengals at -140.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
If you put 10 in, you win 149. So the Chiefs spread -9 against the Jets, Steelers money line against the Texans, Saints money line against the Bucks, Eagles money line Eagles spread -8.5 against the Commanders, and the Bengals money line against the Titans. So right there, when you're a cool $149, bro, there you go. Lock it in, man. That might be the parlay of the day. But I appreciate you, Spence. Appreciate everybody on the stream tonight. It was went off a little later than I expected, but it was fun, man. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for everyone tuning in. And I hope everyone has a good luck. Your team go win the game. My team already lost. So I'm just going for fantasy, DraftKings, and parlays tomorrow. So Spence.
Yeah, hopefully by noon I'll be really happy.
Yeah, right. We'll be celebrating, going woo.
Yeah,
be ready for the fantasy start of the day for tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Spence. Well, I appreciate you, bro, and you always welcome. Anytime you want to come on here, recap show, morning show, you already know, man. But appreciate you stopping in. Thanks to everyone who has donated tonight. Everyone who's tuned in. Like I said, good luck on everything. Hope your team wins, and I'll see you all on Monday. It's always love, peace, chicken grease here on Max Coverage TV. We out of here. Good night.
Peace.
Peace.